I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Very cool. Now I can hear you inside my head.
I'm always inside you.
Like a real bro.
Bruh.
Bra.
Bruh.
Bra.
Bruh.
Bra. 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 Vitala.
Det blir så bra.
Bra. Okay, I don't know what episode number this is. 79 or 80? Like
Dude,
100.
no. 76.
What?
Holiday Plans is 75.
Oh. How the fuck did I get it to? Okay, never mind.
Brain no worky.
Indeed. So what? 75?
76.
6. Cool.
6.
So welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes first episode of the year, because we kind of fucked up last week.
We didn't fuck anything up. We were lazy. I was lazy. I was stupid. It was all on me.
Sure.
But yeah, we're back. Episode 176.
Yep.
With me, Robert.
And me, Ilias. And this podcast is recorded in front of a live studio audience. that we
just made up. I don't know. Yeah,
good joke.
Oh yeah.
Moving on.
Be funny, Elias. Be funny.
How have you been? Haven't spoken English during this for 2 weeks.
Actually, same here. So
I haven't done anything for 2 weeks. That's the thing.
This feels so weird, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole how have you been?
But for the whole episode.
Yeah, exactly. But how have you been? Let's talk just quick Christmas and New Year's, because we haven't actually been here since.
Good.
But yeah, no, it's been really great. I've enjoyed just being free, I guess.
Same.
And well, we'll be talking about that. But
yeah, that's the thing. If I start talking about that, I'll probably just talk about the thing we're going to talk about.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I just spent Christmas with the family, mom and dad, sister, and the kids. And New Year's with the family, mom and dad, sister, kids, and also Santa.
Double up.
Yes. And they were both like fine. I was
the right balance.
I was the first one to leave at Christmas, which is a new thing for me. I'm always like the one that stays over and stays up with my dad until, whenever, and we just talk forever. Which we did on New Year's, not Christmas. But Christmas I left at like 10, 11, which was so nice just to come home. But because me and Sana hadn't talked, she stayed over with her parents. So I got the night alone, which was great. But it's been a really sort of cozy Christmas and New Year's, I would say.
Same.
Yeah. So let's throw it back to you.
Dude, same. Didn't go anywhere, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone came to our place, which is a very nice tradition. Since we moved into the house, we've stopped going to, 4 different stops.
Yeah.
And we're like, if you want to celebrate Christmas with the kids and us, just you can all come here.
But do you celebrate the day after with your parents? Because isn't it like Greek tradition is on 25th?
Dude. Greek tradition. What the hell?
I don't lie to me.
I don't.
You're just playing it cool.
No.
I know your Orthodox heart.
Hey, dude.
Is,
that's why my kids don't have Greek
crying.
names. But no. I don't even joke about that. I'm just like, there's things you joke about, and then there's that shit.
And then there's Greek.
Yeah. I don't really don't care about any of that. We just celebrate at home. It's like PJ all day, and we just wake up, kids have breakfast, wife
Little
has
Susie.
breakfast, and then we just start Christmas for us. We sit on the floor. They get to open whatever the fuck they want, and then we chill out. We have some lunch. Maybe we'll go outside, make snowmen and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then we just we did some Lego. We watched Home Alone. We just do that stuff, and that's basically
Fantastic.
the whole day. At some point, everyone gets tired of everyone, and you go off to a different room. But then on Christmas this year, we actually had my mom and dad and her dad and her brother come over for a little, just a quick visit.
During the day? Or
Yeah, during the day. They just came like past the house for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Just dropped off some gifts. And
Dude, dropped off some gifts, had, you know, like some snacks and stuff.
That's awesome.
And then, no, shit, my wife made dinner. So it was like a early dinner-ish thing. Basically what we do at the burger place on Mondays.
Yeah.
It was just that quick one. Like,
so we have Christmas every week.
Yeah, and then before anything gets, you know, too much, they left. Also, I've had this headache that I talked about because, I don't know, there's something in my neck happening that's not great. And it's like especially early on there, that was the first week. It was like really intense. So I get like nausea, you know, because it's so intense, the headache.
Yeah, but it's very migraine-y.
Yeah.
If it's the same thing that I have, it feels kind of the same.
Just like so tense around the neck, and something is getting squeezed. Like if I press like where the neck ends into like your head,
it's like being stabbed with a knife,
dude,
in the brain. Yeah,
very much.
That's why I have the pills, the migraine pills, because I get that so much.
I tried using one of those like baseballs, basically, that you press like for trigger points.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dude, I almost threw up.
Oh, wow.
It hurt so much, and I've never had that. I've done that a million times.
Yeah.
But I've never had it to the point where I just like, fuck, I'm so sick. Like this, just like it hurts so much. And then it hurt without me touching it, you know. So I let it go, and then I did some other stuff, and it was fine. But the whole like the Christmas break there, like I couldn't relax for a while, you know, because of all the stress from the coming months, or like the previous months, and it was just insane. And I think now at the very end, like the last couple of days where I usually get more stressed because I need to get back to work, I just felt so calm.
Yeah, I definitely had the same.
And I was really getting into vacay, you know, like really enjoying it.
But let's pause that.
Yeah.
And, well, before we go into intro song, of course, thank you guys so much.
Always.
And
the Discord has been going crazy during the holidays.
It's insane.
Like,
Again, like we're not doing anything. You guys are keeping it alive.
Shit.
I just go in and like stuff.
I've barely done that now. Like I've done so little during these past 2 weeks.
And that you guys still sort of say, like, oh, it's good that you took a break, and like,
appreciate that.
Yeah, so we're like, you know, we're idiots. Me specifically, I totally forgot. I thought because we did two extra episodes, but one of those was the normal episode, so we had 1 week extra, not two. Which my head told me. So I was like, what? What do you mean? Are we going to hang out today? That would be awesome, but... And then you're like, no, the podcast.
And I was like,
fuck! No! Oh, shit. Like, just made plans and all this. Oh, man.
I took a shower. I shaved my legs for you. I did all the things.
I shaved for you. Yeah. That's an actual comment from a dude that went on a date with a friend of mine, and he didn't get to sleep with her, and that was his comment.
Very cool.
Because he was like, kind of, he deserved to sleep with her because he shaved for her.
Yeah. Dude, those kind of comments.
I was so close to jumping on this guy's head. Like, who the fuck are you?
I read a thing on that topic alone.
I shaved for you.
It was like some female Twitch streamer was sort of like, not banned, but, you know, or maybe banned is the word, temporarily banned or got a warning for playing something on Twitch. That's beside the point. But it was like, oh yeah, the Twitch streamers are the new untouchables, you know. Like, people were complaining in the comments. In more ways than one, some dude wrote, you know.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, ugh, dude, you have some hate in you.
Yeah.
So whatever your experience with women is, you're just projecting on this streamer that you know nothing about.
Just go lock yourself up,
dude.
Somewhere.
So much, just
save us the trouble.
Jesus Christ, I hate, and that was Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But you guys are great.
Yeah. No, I just, you know, like, Facebook is a cesspool.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. And this wasn't, like, anyone that I know. It was just people commenting on a thread or a post, you know, from a different fucking place of the internet. But it was just like, oh, that's why I'm not on here. That's,
yeah.
like, all that like
More
hate
like
and
confirmation that you're doing the right thing for not
Very
being
much.
involved
Yeah,
in the
very
Facebook
much.
thing.
Very much.
Oh my god.
But with that said, thank you for being awesome.
And Happy New Year and all this good stuff.
Yeah,
and hope you had a
and-
good one. And yeah, you're gonna hear more.
Or like you say in Swedish, good continuation and
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that before. I'm
What
like,
the
how do you
fuck
say
is
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good continuation. Yeah. If you know,
That works.
whoa, you know.
Very nice.
An intro song, go!
Yeah, and thank you in the back end.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line. Sketchbook hero.
That was the energy we didn't have spent on that shit.
Yes.
But
it was
we're
all the
back
burp.
now. Yeah,
It was all the burp.
all the burp.
It's all the burp. It was all a burp. Bitty, bitty.
Burp Reynolds.
Yeah. Oh, dude. We should have taken notes. Where are the notes, Ilias? Where are the notes?
Well,
Yeah.
so we did have predictions about what we were going to do during these 2 weeks where we were going to do so much. I had so many things.
And if you haven't heard that one, you just go back one episode.
Okay, I'm going to try to remember what I said. I said I was going to install the printer, get that set up, and do some test prints. Check. I didn't do it. I said I was going to paint
Yeah.
with gouache and acrylics.
Uh-huh.
Check. It didn't do it.
Check.
And I said I was going to play video games.
Check.
Check. I actually did do it. So
A proper check.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also I did yesterday. I actually did a thing that I've been meaning to do all of last year, and that was just take remove Linktree, which is a service that you can sort of like if you want to link to all your social media stuff. You can add that to your Instagram profile. So when they click the link, they get all the locations of your interwebs whereabouts. And I just made my own. That is way better than
Nice.
what I had before. So I actually took the time yesterday and made buttons and text and photos, and I just made it. I fucking made it. And I ordered, and I also did business cards. So I had to redo some of that stuff. And today I found out that failed, so I have to go back and redo a little thing. But all in all, I've set the base for it, and it's done.
At least you really took advantage of all that free time that you had.
On one day. On the one day.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love that you, like, our whole entire episode, you
In
managed
that
to
just
do, like, in 1 minute.
Fast, yeah. No, but I'll get into why.
Yeah,
But I'm going to let you say, like, if
I'll
you can
do-
remember your
yeah.
things.
So for me, I remember I was going to focus on the story. I wanted to take some time and really flesh that out. Also come up with the comic book style of the comic book part of the story and the book that I'm creating. Half a check mark, I guess, because I did explore the comic book style. I have been reading some comics and jumping back to my sort of inspiration and stuff. So I do have an idea for where I want to take it, but it's only a half check mark, and I'm like, as soon as I started, I just gave up, and then I did that for a couple of days. So a chip instead of a
Dude,
check. Yeah.
Every
so
time you
chip.
say check or I say check, I just hear, check up! Baby, would you put it back up?
Yeah,
check
exactly.
up, check up!
Exactly. Yes.
That's all.
So yeah, I think like that was the main focus for me, and then I wanted to also watch a lot of movies and shows, and I don't know if I said play video games, but yeah. So like I didn't set any big goals, but did I achieve anything? No.
Nah.
I also did say that I wanted to dig out the gouache and
Yes,
paint
you did.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
we also said something together. We're gonna read.
Oh yeah,
That shit didn't happen.
check.
Like I don't even know where that book is right now. I don't know.
I
was
know
like-
exactly where the book is.
Nah.
Like my book.
Yeah. Well, I sleep in different rooms every day
It's
now.
beneath all the other stuff.
Nice.
It serves as sort of a very small table. For
And you know what the
a lot
beautiful
of
thing is?
things.
Jody wrote on the Discord like, "Oh, I'm so happy that you guys are reading more too."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So happy.
Cool. So happy. So reading.
Yes, very reedy.
reedy.
So I feel so reedy now. Yeah. No. I don't know what that is.
Like I don't even know
Yeah.
where the
It's
book
a new
is. That's all.
adjective. Just go with it.
Reedy.
Reedy.
You're too reedy, Robert. You're too reedy for me.
I've always been too reedy.
Cool.
Super. But yeah. So all check marks, I guess.
Unchecked.
Unchecked.
And it's fine. Like it really is fine.
I mean, you don't want to waste like that whole great list of check marks, like in
on
the
this
first
shit,
week
yeah.
of the year. Like you need to spread this stuff out, make it
Yeah,
last.
man, fuck. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
so many like ambition, but as soon as I clocked out on that last day,
Mm.
I was like, "Fuck it all."
Mm-hmm.
I started playing video games from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna play Far Cry, and I'm gonna play a lot of it. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm done. Like a couple of days in on the first week, I had so much time to play, you know, and without going to bed crazy late, except a few times. But I just like, okay, I don't have a game, and I was like, I'm gonna buy new games. And then I realized I haven't played Spider-Man because I was gonna play with my son that got tired of playing
Yeah.
because he doesn't like the talkie talk, whereas I enjoy the talkie talk. And he's like, "Oh, can they stop talking?" And it's really good. So I finished Spider-Man. I finished, you know, and I started playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
But you
And-
played Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. It
Yeah.
was really good. It was like, if you like the first one, like story-wise, and you know, like that, it's that thing again, but with a new Spider-Man. And also, I don't know, it's just like such a fun ride. Like those games are really good. They're like a bit simplistic on what you can do outside of the story missions.
Yeah.
It's just too much, you know, like, oh, do these boring tasks otherwise. But swinging through the city never gets old. Like
No, but
throughout the
that's-
whole gameplay.
That is the game.
yeah,
Like,
I know.
That's what you want.
but what
and
I'm
then
saying
everything
is-
else is just extra bonus stuff,
Dude, like,
which is
I spent so much more time on the first game, I think, and like by the end of it, you think you're gonna be bored, but it's so much fun to swing around. And they've added a couple of more things to this one. So if you remember in Spider-Verse where they just swing, you know, and do like when he loses like balance and stuff like that, he does that in this one as well.
Oh yeah.
And I got the Spider-Verse suit,
Oh cool.
and you can also like you unlock two things in the game that lowers the frame rate, so it gets a bit choppy like in the movie.
Oh shit.
And then you also get that that colorful, weird. I don't
The
remember what it's
morphing
called.
thingy, like
Yeah, or like yes, but it's like the one that's constantly there,
glitch.
not the glitch one, but the one where you're like, it adds some pink and some green
Oh,
to
okay.
the shadows.
So it's like this chromatic.
Yeah, aberration.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was it. So they add that as well,
Oh,
and that
cool.
lower frame rate and stuff. And when it passes the suit, you see that as well. And when you jump around, like it's so cool.
Ooh.
It's so cool. So I was just like, I'm just gonna swing for a while, and I think I spent like 40 minutes just swinging around and just like what? Just did nothing in the game,
Which is what you should be doing, I guess.
and I think I realized playing that game that I was like, yeah, this is what I should be doing. This like fuck drawing, fuck everything. This is what I need right now. It's
Yeah.
just to not do things because I always do things, and because I think it's fun, I also push too far.
Yeah.
And I think last year was sort of like the hardest that I've pushed myself creatively in all aspects, to the point where I like just felt dark and empty.
That sounds great.
Yeah. so happy to just like still feeling sort of the end of that,
Mm.
but But I think that I got out pretty good now. Like, it feels like it's going the other way now. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to sort of like start getting back some of that creativity. So I think it was good that I didn't do anything that I didn't like, that I went more on a feeling rather than I should do these things.
But did you have it sort of in the back of your head that you like, well, maybe tomorrow I'll start like
No.
sit down to draw something, or
No.
never did like a plan for that? No.
My wife was like, I was like, she's like, don't you want to draw a bit? I was like, nope. Nope.
Yeah.
I do not want to draw at all.
And this is so. This might sound, I guess, a little bit sucky, but for me, like the hard thing for me has been when I had time off and Sana also had time off. You know, it just disrupts the whole of my
Creative thing.
yeah. And if I did have a plan, like when I went to bed the day before and then woke up, immediately kind of scrapped it without even second guessing or giving it an extra thought, because she's off today as well. So it's like it's really, there's no point in starting this because I'm not going to get past that she's also here. And she's really, really great with this because she's always trying to make me to like create and draw stuff.
Yeah.
But I just can't make myself do it for some stupid reason. It's like, it feels, maybe it's because it's still kind of new that she's moved in, but it's like when she's there, I feel like I should be spending time with her and not drawing and doing stuff, even if we're just watching a movie. So that's always been the thing, and that's been half or more of the vacation. So whenever I did have like a full day off, that's when I should have been creating stuff, but that's also when I did have time for just not do anything.
Yeah.
Because like when you're not doing anything with somebody, you're doing something. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. And also like, I mean, you have the family and you have the wife and you like, they're always there. So like,
but I can disconnect from them.
Yeah.
And entirely do my thing.
And that's what I need to learn.
Yeah.
And
but
that's,
it took forever to learn.
I should have practiced that.
Dude, kids taught me that. Like, because I did it to some extent before we had kids, but kids kind of made me do what you do, where I was like, oh, well, I have kids now, so I don't have time to draw. You know what I mean? That thing?
Yeah.
But once I got past that sort of mental block and like, okay, I have this time and it's, you know, it's 20, it could be 20, it could be an hour, it could be 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But for the time that I do have, I'll try to do something with it.
Yeah.
Like, do what I want to do. And then if I can't do it for the, like, I want to do it forever. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to do it until I get sick of it. And, you know, just do it for 20 minutes then. Like, you know, and that was never, I was like, oh, but that's pointless.
Exactly.
And I don't have that anymore.
No.
Like, now it's, I'll just do it without thinking too much about it like I did before.
And then that's, I guess, I don't know really what to say there. Like,
No, but I don't
it's
think
just something that I need to learn and need to put in practice.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, at the same time, it's been really nice having that time to spend with Sana as well. And we haven't really had that much time off together. And then every once in a while, she had to go to work anyways. And then I had that day and I just chilled out and like, well, played games or watched something
Isn't
stupid.
it nice, though, when someone wakes up in the morning and you don't have to?
It's the best.
It's the best, kind of, yeah.
Which is kind of every day for me because I start at 12.
late,
Yeah. But now she's her own boss. So now she has her own business. So now she's going to have, well, she can sleep in if she wants to. Before she had to be there at that time. So that's also nice. Like, it's getting a little bit more relaxed. She's getting into it. But yeah, just the whole being creative, it's, I guess what I realized is stop trying to force it in any way. Like, if you feel like it, do it. But it has to be like, if I feel like it, I need to do it straight away. If I don't do it when I get that impulse, I might as well just let it go. Because trying to get that back and then like, now I'll do it. But then it's like, but what did I want to do?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about that, and then you're just sitting there with the controller again and playing.
Yeah, which was nice. Like, it was really nice.
Yeah.
And I think something to what you said there is because, like, that last quarter last year, like, it made me not want to draw at all. And to the point where I felt anxiety drawing.
Yeah.
Like, even for work, I just felt anxiety.
Yeah.
Just like putting pen to paper, I was just like, no. Like, the last freelance gig that I did that year or last year was, I just forced something out, and I just felt tortured doing it. Now, they did pay me, so I really, like, it kind of balances out, I guess, but it still didn't feel great, you know, like, because the money really don't, like, it doesn't matter when you're not feeling good.
No.
And that was just torture. And it was such a simple image.
Yeah.
You know, I did a Christmas card for this company, and I just suffered so hard just trying to get, like, a Christmas card out. It's the simplest fucking thing.
Yeah, but most of the time, those simple things are also a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
like,
for some reason. I don't know. Like,
because I think it's also the mindset you have when you go into a project like that. When you think it's super simple or easy, like, I'm just going to do a Christmas card, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what that looks like, you know. Put a tree in there.
And I have to say thank you to Matthias, because he put up with my shit. I was like, dude, I'm trying to do this, and he was just like, oh, just do, like, super rough. They're not gonna care.
Exactly.
And it's like, that is actually the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I just copy pasted the same image a couple of times, just like mirror flipped the little gnome guy, the elf actually, not gnome, and just flipped him around and just like put him up, down, you know, like just moved him around. Like, why draw him several times? He's basically what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they just loved, you know, number 4 out of 3 or 4, you know, like the fourth design. And I was like, okay, I'll just start this. And they were like, oh, that's really, you're like, why did I even, like,
yeah, where's the anxiety coming from? Like, it's so
only
unnecessary.
me. Yeah, it's only in my head.
Yeah. But it needs to be there.
But I got one piece of feedback. Change the color on that screen to match our company logo color. I was like, oh, slider.
Yeah. So you had to actually do something.
I actually had to do work.
Wow.
No, but it's stuff like that, you know, like, that's why I'm so grateful for digital. But I just suffered through that gig. And normally I was like, when I got it a bit earlier, before I started working on it and before I really felt burnt out, it felt okay.
Yeah.
Because I should have said no to that gig though. But I got it at Comic-Con, and I was like, yeah, dude, just send me an email, because I met him there. And he was like, dude, I have an idea for, like, company Christmas card, if you could. And it was basically to give me free reins to make a Christmas card. But but it was still, like, I felt so good at Comic-Con that I said yes.
Yeah, I hate
which
that.
is always the trap.
Yeah.
And the pay was good for the work, you know. But I should have just said no. I was already just overworked. Like, I should have just done my regular work and then taken a vacation.
And I said yes to something, like, I was going to help a friend with the logo.
Never say yes.
And
to
they
a friend.
approached me, like, maybe a month before Comic-Con in October and all of that.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah, I do have, like, a little bit of time now, so I could probably finish this. And then, you know, stuff, had to push it. And now I realized, oh, shit, like, I still haven't done that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, it's a good friend. We haven't talked money. We haven't talked like any of this.
Oh, shit, yeah.
But we did have like a serious meeting where I got to ask about the logo and everything, which kind of felt redundant or unnecessary, I guess. Yeah. But it's still like, you know, when you remember and you're just like, I don't have that extra energy to put into this.
And it's more energy. Like, time, you can make time. You know what I mean?
Because it's super easy. Like, she's provided me with photos and everything. I just need to trace sort of her in a dance move and then put, like, a circle around it. Like, it's super simple.
And I was like, no.
I just can't. I can't get myself to put that hour in to finish the whole thing. Like,
for me, I would never do that in an hour. Like, I know myself. I will do it to some extent, and then I'm gonna get like, this is shit. Now I need to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like, to really make it work.
Yeah.
And that is where it's sort of like the time that I can't estimate sometimes.
Exactly. But it's like, you say yes to something because you do, like you said, you just feel really good at that moment. And in this case, it's a really good friend. And I'm like, well, of course I want to help you, Like, this is super simple. I can do this in a couple of minutes, really. I just trace,
Yeah.
a paint bucket, circle. Ta-da. But no, because it's so simple. You put it off and you put it off and you put it off. And then Ink Bash. And then Inktober. And then changing studios, and all of this stuff just came in afterwards, and I was so drained.
And those are the highlights.
Exactly. But and also just struggling with the whole, I really don't feel like drawing anything. I don't feel like creating anything. I don't feel like doing anything.
Yes.
Like, everybody just leave me the fuck alone.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in my couch. Leave me alone.
Yeah. When my wife told me that we were going to celebrate New Year's with friends.
Yeah.
I was like the anxiety that I've been feeling, because like I don't want to do anything.
No.
I don't want to draw. I don't want to meet people.
And now you're being forced.
And now I
to
have
somebody.
to.
Yeah.
And it was super great.
Yeah.
I knew that was only in my head.
Yeah, but that's always the thing, isn't it?
But it was just like, it was nice. It was really nice to meet them again, because we haven't seen each other for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably less, but let's say 4 months or something.
Yeah.
And
A
it
couple
was
of weeks.
really nice. They have kids that are, just the same age as our kids, and we've been
perfect.
friends since the kids were babies.
All right.
So it's really nice. And that's basically how we met as well.
Was it like parental group thing?
Yes. And then we just, like those parents and a couple of other parents, like we still hang out, like since the kids were like small. So it's really nice. We've made like actual friendships,
Oh, nice.
So it's really, really nice. And those are the people that we invited to our wedding, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's like, because we just like, okay, we're just going to do this on that day.
Yeah,
And that was like a week from when we decided to do it.
Yeah.
So it was really quick. It was all very spontaneous, and my parents got mad.
Of course.
But it was like, we didn't give a shit. Like, too old to care.
Well, like, I've already been your best man, so I'm good.
Dude, you are always officially my best. We didn't have that stuff.
No, I know.
This wasn't even like, there was this old lady that read from a book, like, like Borgerligt, whatever the fuck that's called, and it was like, she read like the cheesiest poem, and I was like, what fucking Sparta kick you out of that window, lady. But she was super sweet, but the poem that she read, or whatever the fuck it was, it sucked. It was like, like those are super cheesy. Like, it's hard to be serious when she reads it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? But it was, but they were really nice people. So it was really nice. Like, it was all in my head, like always, it's in your head.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of all just like relaxed a bit more. And then the second week of vacation, like, it was nice, just nicer. And then it just got nicer up till I actually had to work again.
Yeah. No, but I had a similar thing. Like, it did take me that full first week to kind of
such a waste,
just
though. Yeah.
start relaxing.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have so much going on in your head, and you're thinking about this and that and the other thing, and then on top of that, us having talked about what we should be doing, and I had that sort of going on repeat in my head. Like, you need to just go into your storage unit, like, find that inspiration material. Like, I opened the storage and just saw the apocalyptic scene that's in there, and just like, nope, and just locked it again and walked back. That's as far as I went with digging up those comics. So no J. Scott Campbell inspiration, none of that. I just sort of went through my house and like, okay, what comics do I actually have? Okay, well, yeah, I haven't read this one yet. Cool. This one is really nice looking, and I'll just start there. And then started reading and got a little bit of inspiration. Did that first A3 sketch with like the faces and stuff.
That was really nice, by the way.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, that took me like a full day, a lot of hours, just to do like 3 faces and a body.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then
Gets
I was
faster.
like, that's one character down.
Now the rest of them.
Oh, video games.
Dude, So
But
happy
yeah.
for video games. Right
But that
now.
was the thing. Like, I got that sense of accomplishment because I did that one thing. And then I thought the next day I was just going to continue it.
Yeah.
But then, oh yeah, Sanna's off this day. Okay, yeah, so I'll do something when she goes to bed.
Yeah. Sure. No.
No. By that time, I am dead.
Mhm.
And just like, I just want to watch like one of my stupid movies now. I'm going to do that. And then you watch that and you're like, might as well watch another one, you know. Yeah, she's off tomorrow as well. Yeah, I'll watch another one. And then it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and you're like, should I watch another one? No, I should probably go to bed now because we're going to do something
I
tomorrow.
haven't been up that late forever.
It's been like almost every day.
Oh shit!
Like,
No, I've slept
I think
fairly good.
between 3 and 5 a.m.
Whew, yeah, I try
But
not
the thing
to do
is,
that.
it's I don't feel really affected by it, sleep-wise or anything.
That's good.
If anything, I've actually slept better this vacation than I have in a really, really long time. So that feels fantastic, actually. I do feel rested, even though my brain is still really, really like in high gear. But I think I'm just programmed to be up late and sleep little. Like, it's just something that I'm so comfortable doing, so I don't feel like I'm losing sleep if I only sleep 5 hours. I think that's more than enough for my body. Like, I know it's going to punish me at some point. Like, it's going to come like a slap in the face. But for now, like 2 weeks in, just doing this, I feel fine. Like today, I went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning, got up at 9:30 or
When
10.
I texted you now.
No.
I'm on the train.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was awake all this time.
But yeah, just woke up feeling like refreshed
That's
and happy and good and like energized for the podcast and like all of this. So yeah, like I'm not gonna try to force myself to go to sleep earlier like I did the last part of 2021.
No, that works
I'm just gonna like, if I don't feel like I need to go to bed, I'm gonna stay up. Like,
But
and
that's
just
like, I never need to go to bed. Like, it's very seldom. Because as soon as my family's asleep, it's like,
yes,
like I can be super tired up to the point where they go to bed.
yeah. Then it's like,
yeah,
you know, you just kick into high gear.
yeah. There's something that happens there that just like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it just feels like in my head, it's just like click and it's wake o'clock.
Yeah.
Bitch.
That's exactly it. But for me, just when I hit, when my
When your head
hits the pillow, like that's when that happens. Boom. It's just like, I should be sleeping now. Brrrr, you know, head just goes. But the cool thing there is like when you can utilize that and you start, for me, it's always been, I rethink the whole story that I'm working on and use that as sort of try to force my way into a dream or something. And just like, I think the story from start to finish or as long as I can get. And then I keep going. And then the next day I do the same thing. And whatever sticks from the previous night sticks. And then I keep going. And then whatever sticks from that night sticks. And so on, so on, so on. And that's how I keep building. Like, sometimes it's like 0.5%. You know, it's so small, the thing. It's maybe just like, this guy's name.
Yeah.
Like, do I still like that name? And then it's like, yeah, it's still, it sticks. And then it could be this whole scene this other day. And then I go in the next day and it's like, what do I remember from that scene? I don't write it down. I just keep remembering it and playing it.
Have you tried writing high?
Yeah.
Like really writing, like, you know, like baked to the point where you can actually still do the work, you know.
Yeah.
But where your mind kind of drifts a bit more, you know what I mean? Like you like basically like Bill and Ted, Big Bang, you know, connection, which like there's no connection, but
oh yeah, no, but that
just making connections, maybe that wouldn't be made on a unaffected brain, you know what I mean?
So what I do is I don't sit down and write the story. I just write down sort of ideas that I get.
Yeah.
So stuff that I've written down for the story that I'm working on is he wakes up and it's all been a memory. Like that's one idea. You know, that's a normal thing. The demon's only way to make his host suffer is to keep them living. The longer they live, the more they suffer, until the demon thinks they're happy, and that's when he lets them die. Like, it's just stupid ideas that get into my head.
But that's my favorite way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like having a microphone and just saying things into it in a voice that sounds storytelling, like that works for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I could sit like this, have like a notepad, and then just, when he does what he does, the story continues, and blah, 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 blah. Like that could work for me as a creative process. Now, it feels stupid to sit in front of a microphone with headphones, so you get immersed.
Yeah.
And then you just you write out the story. Because that's what we did for a game that I worked on at this company that I'm at now. Like, we just we wrote stuff down, and then we were like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then we tried reading it in different voices. And we did so many voices. Like some were a bit, Asian, which sounded super
Asian.
Yes, but badly, but bad. We were like, no, we're not doing those takes. And then we tried a couple of the one I did, plus a couple of lighter ones, and it was just all over the place until we found what we wanted. But it was such a it makes it writing, it makes it so much easier. You know what I mean? It kind of triggers something.
Yeah.
Playing around with not just sitting there and just writing stuff, but actually saying it out, acting it out. Because when you have to, because we had okay, when you say that, try to say it with conviction, or just
say it with your chest.
Yeah, but basically, because we had this the ending, we wanted it to be really you should feel it when we say, and it was just and it's all what the hell does that even mean? You know what I mean? Say it so that people
they feel
yeah, exactly. Feel that last bit, the because the voice is dark already and feels respectable, and Carl Urban basically in Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah,
having that voice that just sounds oh shit, I'm gonna that guy spoke. I'm just gonna listen to what this guy says because he's the law. And that was basically the voice that we had in mind when we did that. It was
nice.
Just
so not Sylvester Stallone.
No, not that one. No.
I am the law. I am Adrian.
No, but it's just and that's a good exercise to kind of just put on a couple of headphones, use your phone and record so that you hear yourself,
Yeah.
Sort of in that, because I think it's so much easier to do that than just sit with nothing and write.
Yeah, and I've done that a couple of times, not only for when I've read parts of my stories here, but just being in the bathtub again. But then I just go through the notes, and then I put on the recorder on the phone, and then I read the story.
You read the story,
and then I put it away, and then I just really listen to myself. In the beginning, it's very cringy because you hate hearing yourself. We still do, but once you get past it and just start listening to the story, and you're okay, what does work? Does it work or doesn't it work?
Yeah, take yourself out of it. Yeah.
It doesn't go. Yeah, it's like cooking. These ingredients don't really go together. Let's exchange this to this, and then it's that feels. Yeah, that sounds smoother. So that's actually a really good tip that I haven't even thought about. I just done.
You just do it. Yeah. No, that's really good. I like that.
Yeah. But with that said, I would really like to get super baked and actually write a story.
Or just talk a story.
Or just talk a story.
Talk a story could be really fun.
But just because the brain goes so
that's what I'm thinking as well.
Crazy.
It is. It's we talked about, because this break, I watched, what was that, Hot Ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talked about doing something similar for the show. Just have an episode where we could talk about anything that we've already talked about, so that we have, we don't have to prep, which is a classic for us. And then just try to do it through, the peppers, just trying to eat the different peppers and just try to survive.
And just increasingly crazier shit's gonna start happening. And then towards the end,
you mean literal shit?
Yes, most likely. I guess towards the end we will make
just sit in buckets,
noises,
man. Just sit naked on buckets and just
like one of those ASMR but extreme styles, like ASMR diarrhea.
Oh, so disgusting. I'm terrified of that. Like when I see people eat all those fucking peppers, I'm just like, no.
Oh yeah,
no. First it burns in your mouth, then it burns in your ass. Yeah, it
just like, always burns.
Always burns.
Yeah,
no.
Like this podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're accomplished.
We actually accomplished nothing. I drew one portrait, and I did it so lazily that I didn't even realize how skew I had the canvas or the paper.
I always do that when I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm sitting sort of more relaxed.
Yeah, but I was just sort of lying in the couch and then had it on my knees and then just painting. And just like, I just wanted to try something different. So I only used...
It looked very different.
Yeah, well, kind of. It was...
the perspective.
With... I blocked out shapes and sketched with a gray Copic marker and then just did... I have a black Sakura brush pen from Pilot and just did like an more simplified ink sketch of the guy from Peaky Blinders. Like I like the way it looked. Again, it sort of works in how I see my comic looking. So it was, I guess, sort of exploring that style again, but just to do something, so I got something out there, so I could feel again the sense of accomplishment. But that's the only thing.
But to wrap this topic up, basically, do you feel bad about not accomplishing?
Well, I get talking about it now a little bit because I feel like I let myself down, and I really want to work on this story, and I want it to become something. And now I feel like I did waste 2 weeks because if I had put some effort into this and actually done what I said I was going to do, I would have maybe had at least a complete story. I would maybe have had 1 or 2 pages drawn up. You know, like if I actually forced myself to do it. But I wouldn't be rested.
Yeah,
I don't think I would feel good about where I was at because I would be stressed about that and then going back to work and like...
I felt like you worked during your break.
Exactly. So I wouldn't have had a break.
So this is like the better of two evils, basically.
I think so. So yeah, like just thinking about it, yes, I feel bad about not doing it, but also... like in the core of me, I feel happy to have just listened to my body and myself and just going with the flow, I guess, doing what I wanted to do at that very moment.
Yeah.
But sending it back to you, same question.
Dude, I don't care at all. Like I haven't kept up with social media. I haven't done anything. Like I've only worked out. And even the first week I didn't work out because it was Christmas and then it was that and it was this. And I didn't want to like present opening, you know, like I'm going to go to the gym. And I had this thing with my neck that I talked about with the nausea and stuff. Yeah. And so it was really bothering me the first week. And so I just, fuck it. I'll just not do anything, not even that. So I don't know. Like, no, I think I did the right thing. Like I could have read a book. Yeah. Which would have been nice because I really want to read the book. I like that premise. And I think we talked about it on the last one. But we did. I really like the premise. Really want to read books from people that I actually know. And but no, I don't feel bad about any of it though. Like I don't give a shit.
There's still time to do all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, that's what I feel as well. I feel like I'm in a better place both physically and mentally, you know, like I've eaten a bit more during the whole thing, like the Christmas break, which I think was good because of all the stress.
I've actually been focusing a little bit more on food.
Very cool.
Because I do love watching food shows and all that stuff, but now like actually putting it into practice. So I made like my own burger, which was really great. I'm not going to go nerdy into it now, but just like I just thought of that.
No, but
That's
I
been
think
more of a focus for me.
But dude, whatever like works. That's the good thing. Just doing something different as well.
Yeah.
Just getting out of your normal shit is I
Exactly.
think really helpful. Like I've been outside, like digging in the snow with my kid. You know, because we had a lot of snow where we live.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I saw.
oh, you were there.
I was
for
there.
one of the days as well.
Sacrificed one whole day. No,
Just making snowmen.
that was
and-
actually really great. I felt pretty energized after that
Dude,
too.
it was right.
Yeah.
And I was out yesterday.
Mm.
Like I came out of the gym and my son was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna do and my wife and my son started like piling snow on the other side, on the front,
Mm.
So I just came out of the gym and I just saw them sort of digging on the other side when I was changing, and I basically just like I just put on a t-shirt and like switched t-shirts, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put the boots on and then go outside. So I had shorts, I had my red like fleece shirt, and I just went out, and it was like on the zero there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't cold, it wasn't hot, it
No.
was just like perfect for going out
Compared to when it's been really cold.
when it's been really cold. Dude,
That's
that
like-
was nothing.
exactly,
Yeah,
it's like a
it
summer
almost
day.
felt summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I was
because I
also
was out,
out.
dude. I was out in shorts for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just digging. We made like an igloo. We made like a what do you call it? Like a staket, ain't staket.
A fence? Oh,
A
yeah,
wall,
a
yeah.
wall. Yeah.
Built
yeah.
a wall around it, and just like, okay, and then we need a window, like a sniper window.
Of course.
Basically, yeah.
You always
Dude,
need a sniper
window to kill the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, okay, we need traps and shit. Like we just like we have this big snow plower thing that I just walked around with and just pushed snow towards the fort, so we could like build around it. And then my son's friend came by, and then he was helping out. And we just built this,
Amazing fort.
Yeah, fort. And Dean was like, I didn't expect it to be this good. It's super simple. It was basically just piles of snow that we,
Yeah.
it wasn't even like the snowman that you helped us build.
Yeah.
At least you sculpted the head, It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like a fucking skull.
That
You
was
could
awesome.
actually see it.
I really loved
Dude,
that.
that was really nice. And it died in 1.5 days.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The head and everything was on the ground. Like it all just like...
Oh, no, I would have like crushed it. I
Yeah.
would have gone out with a baseball bat and like just
But it was
smashed
still like the
fuck out
day
of it.
after it held, and then like later that evening, it's just like
I think it was the cloth piece.
Piece.
The cloth piece
cloth piece.
that did it. Yeah.
Rabbit brought a
Mike Tyson.
My name. My name is Jeff. But
yeah,
it's been really fun, and I hate snow. But
Yeah.
I've kind of, I don't know. I've actually accepted that I live in Sweden now,
Yeah.
and always have, and
But also not having to go to work as much and all of this,
Yeah.
I think that helps.
that helps.
Because it's been super slushy. It's been really shit.
Yeah, I haven't experienced any of that.
Because the few times that I have
I love that you're doing the finger.
I'm
like,
doing
nah,
the
nah,
finger.
nah, because of the
yeah, the slushy.
It's like,
But yeah, no, it's been horrible. The slushy, I hate it. And I think now I hate it even more than I used to.
but dude, I haven't like in Mashta, it's just been snow.
But
all
yeah,
the
it
time.
was
Yeah,
it was a lot more snow in Mashta than it was back home.
back home.
So I get that. But,
But yeah,
yeah, no, good utilized. I was gonna say spring break, winter break.
Yeah, spring break.
Woo!
I showed my boobies. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that
Any
was.
excuse he gets.
But on
yeah.
the subject, I also got, I got a freelance gig that I'm waiting a reply from,
Nice.
which is kind of fun. It involves NFTs, but I don't have to do any NFT stuff. So there's going to be some NFT guy, professional guy that knows something about it.
And then
That's
we'll
gonna
talk about
talk-
NFTs.
Yes,
Yeah. So
so
we'll
maybe
have
I'll
another
learn-
episode.
yeah.
Yes, yes. And then I'll
But-
share my thoughts on NFTs because they are none. Shut up, Siri.
I was waiting for that to happen at some point.
Yeah, she
I
always
love
has
it.
to
Yeah,
butt in.
Siri. So we
Always.
got our third
Yeah.
host, Siri.
Please don't sue us.
That would actually be a great episode where we just have, hey Siri.
Actually, yes. I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah,
yeah.
really excited. I've also gotten a couple of other stuff that I'm going to look into. Like I told you, with some company that reached out, and I'm not going to mention it here, but
And I've also changed studios now.
oh shit, yeah!
That's
I thought we were going to do that in the intro, actually, and then I forgot.
I
Yeah.
totally forgot too, because it's just another day in the office.
Yep.
But yeah, I've worked there 2 days when we record this, so it's still very, very new, but it feels good. Apart from the boss being 1 hour late to let me in on the first day,
Nice.
that did not feel so good. But no, like we're the same age, and we are very like-minded people, and she really wants to do more sort of artsy stuff outside of the tattooing. Like she has an idea for a children's book, for example, stuff like that. So we're gonna like try to motivate ourselves to create more in general. And today she even installed a bigger cabinet so we can like put up more stuff to sell that, you know, isn't
Personal
tattoos.
stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's going to be really interesting. And again, it's like there's so much new. Like this whole year is just all about new for me. Like new chapter in every part of my life. You know the bigger details, and it's just like so crazy to think about what this year is going to be bringing.
Yeah, this year is going to be cool.
Yeah. So
I'm actually, I don't know why, but it feels nice to just have a new year. I don't know why. Like, it really doesn't matter.
it's kind of a
You know what I mean?
little
Like-
bit of a reboot,
Yeah.
but not a reboot.
Somehow, yeah.
But it
'cause-
does allow you to change stuff, like, I guess.
Yeah,
like, it just
it's-
comes with that.
Yeah.
It's what the new is in New Year.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm really looking forward to this year. I'm hoping for some great things.
Yeah.
And then when I say hoping, like, I'm not going to wait for things to happen. I have some ideas that I want to do that I haven't mentioned here. But it's basically towards the goals that we've always said for, like, the past 5 years.
Pretty much kicking
4
the
years.
same
Yeah.
ideas around, but
yeah,
maybe
exactly. But maybe actually figuring parts of it out, you know. Like, it's a process.
And that's something that I like now as well, is that I've narrowed it down to just the stories now.
Yeah.
Like
dude.
that's the only thing that I really want to focus on. So like there's a clear direction of where I'm going. So now it's finish the story and then try to hunt for people that might be interested in said story and publish it. Like that is the goal.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do right now.
I'm a bit divided because I want to do a lot of stuff and I don't know what I want to do. You know what I mean? Because I love digital work. I love the ink stuff, and I love like the other stuff that I do. You know, whether it's like carving or wood burning, but also like the business stuff that I do that I want to do. Like it's all there, and I don't know what it is as a product. You know, like, because I'm going to do it whether it's business or not, but I just don't know what to do with all of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's all up in the air, basically.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to be when I grow up? that thing is still haunting me a bit. Because I feel like the ink stuff, I can make money off of it, sure. But it also...
Not in the capacity that you can be living off of it.
Yeah,
you know,
but then I
like-
see people that are doing it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, of course you could.
you could, yeah,
but
I could.
you would
but,
be
but
not
that-
sleeping then, I guess. at
Yeah,
all.
and also, do I just want to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just do that. And then I have the printing stuff that I haven't even gotten started on. Like,
Still working on putting up the printer.
Yes,
I got to see the printer.
The
I feel
printer is-
privileged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
privileged.
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 No, it's yeah. There's a
Yes,
good one
there's
in
a
there
good
somewhere.
one somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah.
There's a joke. That's a comedy.
Oh my
Worse.
god.
No,
yeah.
but yeah, a lot of stuff, and I'm not stressing about it though. Like I feel the older I get, the less I want to stress about that stuff. I'm just like it's gonna kind of figure itself out at
Yeah.
some point.
I mean,
Like one of them is gonna take off, you know, like in one direction, because I know that the digital stuff is the one that I do the least of, and it kind of is the one that pays my bills.
yeah.
So it kind of is a given. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see where the year takes us.
I think that's the thing as well. Like learning how to not stress.
Yeah.
Like that's, and because of again the Inktober Like
Yeah.
everything from that.
We'll see how this year turns out.
It's I think like if anything, the biggest lesson we learned was to not
Cocaine.
Yeah,
Do more cocaine.
more
kids.
cocaine, of course,
Sleep less, more cocaine.
or meth,
Meth.
maybe. It's cheaper.
Meth cane.
Yeah, yeah. Smoke a cane. But to not stress,
Yeah.
like not let it affect us in that way,
Hmm.
because that seriously, I can't go through another one of those.
I don't think
That was like
no.
1 month of total stress and then 3 months of recuperation,
Yes.
kind of.
Yes, but it wasn't only that. That's the thing. Like before we started Inktober, there was freelance. There was the actual work, my
But that's
8-hour
that's always
work.
going to be there.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
I know. And then it was the freelance
Yeah.
before, and then it was something mid, and then it, like it was just too much happening and then Comic-Con
Yeah.
that we jumped on as this is gonna work, and they're like, this is not gonna work. I have nothing. And then work at work intensified as well, so it was just like,
Yeah.
ugh.
A lot of
So
cakes
Yep,
on top of cakes.
on top of cakes.
Yeah.
And with that said, moving on.
Yes.
Because I feel like I could just but then and then
Moving on!
Moving on. Toolies.
No Toolies.
No Toolies. Okay.
Moving on! Apparently, I can sound a little bit like Steven Tyler at points.
No.
Yeah.
No.
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 Yeah, I didn't think so. Don't wanna no. So yeah, in case you missed it, we
And
did.
you don't want to miss a thing, so.
Even
No.
when I dream of you. Yeah. We have done nothing creative this whole, the time we've been off.
I've killed people creatively.
But
in
we
games.
have watched and played and read. Well, not
So
read
much.
so
Yeah,
much.
read.
But yeah, read.
I'm
Read.
ready.
You gotta redo it. Nah, man. Fuck.
Read.
Yeah.
No, redo it
Yeah.
once.
Redo it.
Yeah.
Man.
Read Dead Redemption.
Redo it, man.
Come on,
Yeah.
read.
So this retro is probably going to be longer than the whole topic episode.
And we also kind of okay. We actually managed to talk about that shit for an hour. That's
Whoop,
cool.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And I think Moose said not Moose. Someone said we should do this episode for 3-something hours. That was Becker, maybe. No.
Becker knows nothing. Stop talking, Becker, or writing. Just keep drawing, okay?
You just draw your scary stuff.
Love that stuff.
Oh, it's awesome.
So yeah, so creepy and cute and weird. Not cute.
And fooled everyone that it was traditional.
Yeah, actually, me too. Me included.
You suck.
Yeah, I do. But that's
I
off
did.
topic.
I studied his work. I
Mm.
saw that it was digital because of the same reason that one of my favorite comics that does the same type of, like when you go into the dark parts and you see that it's digital.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
But he did it awesomely. Like it's still like when you look at it zoomed out,
it's perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Becker draws.
It was actually good when you zoomed in as well.
Yeah.
It's just like
And I like that he always adds the zoomed in parts, like
Mhm.
in every post that he does
It's
on
really
Instagram.
good.
But yeah, so we've seen a lot of stuff,
Yes.
and we're not going to talk about
Let's
all of
highlight.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've seen way
So,
too much.
And we talked about this earlier, but let's just focus in on the two sort of major ones, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
And then, so the two things that we have seen that we really enjoyed,
That we both seen.
that
But
we both
maybe
seen.
are we gonna spoil Spider-Man?
At this point, I think it's okay
Okay.
because it's been out forever now.
Yeah, but I was thinking that maybe we save them to the end
Yeah,
so that we can spoil them.
Yeah,
And then
I
people
just
that want to
wanted
listen to
to-
the recommendations can do that. as
exactly. So I think the two things we are
Yeah.
going to talk about is a movie called Nobody
well.
and Spider-Man No Way Home
And
and Boba
Boba.
Fett plus I guess wrap up of Hawkeye. Like those.
Oh
are
shit!
the,
Yeah, and Hawkeye. Yeah.
Those are the big main.
Those are
things.
the spoiler ones.
And those are the ones that we're gonna do towards the end.
The end. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell you when we're gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
After we spoil it. No.
Exactly. And then just do sort of a quick sprint through the stuff that we have sort of seen or
Yeah.
started watching or
Let's do it.
played, I guess.
Yes.
So you've mainly been playing. Yeah.
Elias.
Jesus Christ. You've mainly been playing video games
I've
rather
actually
than
watched more stuff. Than
Okay.
I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen like seasons. Of
But should
stuff.
we start with video
Let's
games?
start with video games. There are less. There are
and,
fewer.
and not dive into like the very big stuff. Just like this
and
game,
I'm not
I
gonna
like
dive
this.
into any of the games that deep.
No.
Either.
I've only played 2 games. One is something that you've also started playing, so
Yeah,
we're
but
kind
let's
of
grab that one last.
Yeah.
At the game section, and then we'll take
Yeah.
the other ones.
All right. So which other games have you played?
Well,
other-
I did play, like I said in the beginning, I played Far Cry,
yeah.
which I can recommend. Moose it works at Ubisoft,
Movie,
and it's actually a
movie.
really fun game. Like I didn't do all the side stuff that is available on the map, but the character is so likable, Danny. And you know when you're flying like a plane, or you know you're driving a car, and this like Cuban song comes on. And she just starts singing along as you're driving, and you know, like it's such a great feeling. And she doesn't sing great, you know, and it's just such a fun experience. Like that whole game.
But just that little detail
Just that
is
detail,
great.
yeah.
Like it's because that's what anybody would do. If you're driving a
Yeah.
car and the song comes on that
And
you know,
no one's listening.
you're going to be singing.
Yeah, you're
for
gonna be
sure.
singing. Yeah,
I would if people were listening as well, because that's how
it's-
stupid I
yeah,
am.
dude.
But
same.
that's such a great detail, and
Yeah,
I
it's-
can't remember that from any other game.
No,
I'm
dude,
sure there's
it's-
plenty,
oh,
but
I don't think there is plenty. But it's such a. It was just such a nice detail to connect you with the character. It
Yeah.
was so much fun, and it has like you can shoot Macarena discs at people. You know, like it was just such a stupid game, and you have this Mandalorian backpack that I love the fuck out of. Like it's such a like they really made it feel powerful. So you just like and then she goes down on a knee and it just starts shooting from her backpack. You
Oh,
know,
cool.
it's such a great like it was so much fun. Like it had some weird stuff in it, but like nothing that ruined the gameplay.
okay.
And if you've played any of the Far Cry games and you like them, this one is just another in a long line of fun.
But you've played Far Cry 3.
Just 5 and
five
and 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I've heard so much about Far Cry 3. I've only played.
Which one was the 3? I don't remember. Even
I don't
which
know
one.
anything
Yeah.
about the story. Anything.
I know the 4th one. I know the 5th one and the 6th one. Those
Yeah.
are the ones that I know.
Which one's the Primeval one, or
And that's
like
before. I think the Primal.
Primal.
That's what it's called. I
Yeah.
think it's somewhere.
when you have like
the
saber-tooth
fourth.
tigers?
Yeah, I
and
think it's
all
the
of this.
4th. I think Primal came somewhere.
Because I have
there.
that one, and then I have 4.
I don't think I've played Primal.
Yeah.
I think Primal, isn't that an expansion or is it a full game?
I think
don't
it's a
know.
full
It's
game.
a full game.
I
Okay,
think.
I haven't.
But
But it has like a couple of like the type of characters that you meet in those games. Like for example, the 5th one, you're in some kind of weird state, you know, where this religious sort of siblings have taken over the whole area, and they're like crazy, you know, like religious, where they're like scarring, like cutting each other and cutting people. Like it's always crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying when it comes to like when you mix like these fanatics with, you know, the small town where they've disconnected you from like the rest of the US and stuff.
Yeah.
And the people that you meet there are like, yeah, America, you know, like guns, you know, like you meet a lot of those people. And then you meet, you know, normal people. You meet the tinfoil hat people, you know, like. And this game, like, in that game, your character was silent, and this one she talks.
Oh, okay.
And it's so much better that they brought that back because that helps me connect.
yeah.
Because in the previous one, you were always a mute, and they called you deputy.
Yeah.
And in this one, you're like your character talks back, and she's very relatable. Although you're not a guerrilla shooting up everyone and killing like 1 million people to free your country. But except that, very, very relatable. And it's a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It has its ups and its downs. You even meet Danny Trejo and you help him,
Awesome.
which was awesome.
That just makes anything better.
He's making tacos while you're shooting down these like crazy people. Yeah, it's fun.
But all right, so that was
That
one.
was one, yeah. And then you go in between there.
So I went super basic. I just got this urge to. I wanted a racing game. I haven't
Yeah,
tried a
who
racing
wants
game.
a racing game?
I don't know. I think I watched like one of those top 20 games of blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and there was a racing game in there, and I'm like, fuck. Like I would like to play something like that now. And then I just went into PlayStation Store and looked for.
Cheapest.
Like there was the January sale.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, what the first racing game that comes up, I'm just gonna get that. And it was like, it's Need for Speed Payback. It's from 2017, and it I think cost maybe 100 crowns, like $10,
Yeah,
$15 maybe tops. Downloaded it, and I just went on YouTube to see what people thought about it, like real quick.
I love that you bought it first and then
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I should look this up.
But just to see like if
Yeah.
people had any warnings, and they were like, it's not the best game, blah 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 blah. I was like, well, at least it's an open world
Yeah.
game, and you're racing cars. Like that's what I wanted. Started playing, and I can't stop playing it. It's so
There you
much
go.
fun. Like
Yeah.
it's just simple, stupid fun. You're in a car, you're trying to win a race. Like that's how easy it is. And then you're drifting, or you're off road, or doing jump challenges, and like all of this stuff.
But is it a third person car?
Oh, you can choose.
Oh, you can choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is also great, because I'm not good with the in the car.
No, dude, that's
I
Far
need-
Cry, and I
yeah.
hate it.
You
Like,
don't get
it's
the same sort of handling of the car.
Yeah, and you're stuck on the one side of the car
Yeah.
window, like
Yeah.
like in real life, but it doesn't feel like in real life. It just feels stuck. You know, like,
yeah,
in that.
exactly.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you get into it if you drive it long enough, but with this, it's so, especially if you're drifting and stuff, you
Yeah.
need to see the weight of the car when
and,
you're sliding.
And it's so much nicer to see the whole car,
That
kind of
too.
like feel the. Because I don't watch movies. Like if movies were in first person, they wouldn't be as good.
No, like Hardcore Henry.
Yeah. It kind of proves that point.
Exactly.
It's fun,
but
for that one movie,
time.
yeah,
that one time. Yeah, exactly. But also because with Need for Speed, it's always about the improving the cars and customizing and making them look really cool. And with us being creative people and artsy,
Yeah.
I at least take a little bit of pride in making them look cool and like combining cool colors and making it weird but
Yeah.
still work. And I want to
is
see
it,
that.
But is it like?
you know.
Does it feel like you have to grind to get there? You know what I mean? Because
Enough to not make you hate it.
okay, yeah,
But
that's fine.
To make it feel like it's
Worth it.
you've done something when you get to that goal, or
Okay, yeah.
when you get to buy that new car. Like it's easy enough, but it's still work.
Yeah,
Like,
but it, there's such
And
a
you can fast
fine
travel and
balance.
stuff
Yeah,
as well,
it's such
so
a
you don't
fine
have to.
balance too. You know, when they make you work so hard, and then you get nothing. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just did all that for hours
yeah,
for nothing. Yeah, I hate when they do
yeah,
that.
and that's where you need to be kind of smart with this game, I guess, knowing what you're going after and knowing how to sort of upgrade in the right way so you don't waste it. Because I did that in the beginning when I didn't know what
Yeah,
the
you didn't
numbers and
understand, yeah,
everything
meant.
kind of meant. And now I know. So now it's like, but then I'll sell this car, I'll get that money back, I'll buy this car, and then I'll upgrade that to this status. But then you still need to put the time in to get it into a racing shape so you can actually battle.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Because
okay,
every, the levels increase with every race. So when you go back and buy a new car, that's on a really low level, and you need to get back into a higher level.
Okay. So
But
you, have to,
you do that quick when you.
But like
come
for
up
example,
there.
you told me that like the hood of the car, all that stuff. If you do it to one car, do you have to also unlock it for the next car?
No. It's
like,
just for all of the cars, but you need to reach certain levels and do certain sort of challenges to unlock every single thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I still haven't unlocked everything you can do with tires, for example.
Okay.
And it's just like...
It
but-
has more stuff. Like,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
But that's nice, though, that you don't run out of stuff.
Exactly. And that,
Immediately.
I think, is the biggest and best point of this game, that it's got so many different things that you can do. It does have the full storyline when you're this group of people trying to do the whole payback
Yeah,
thing,
the
which
payback.
is the name of the game. But then it's also like I told you, the collecting of derelict car parts to making.
But is there talking in this game? Like, do the characters, like, do you get to see them and
Yeah.
like see
Yeah,
them
yeah,
do stuff,
like
cut
sort of
scenes and stuff?
cinematic
Yeah,
scenes.
cinematic.
They're
scenes,
not
yeah.
really anything impressive.
No, but I just like enough to sort of get you invested. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's what I
It
want.
kind of feels like the earlier versions of the Fast and Furious movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of what they were going for here.
I am Palm
Yeah.
Barretto.
But it's like you have this underground, kind of, I guess, terrorist-ish group that control the racing underworld, but then also some higher agency that's in
But
connection
Robert,
with them.
Are
blah,
you
blah, blah.
family?
Yeah.
Are you family?
Yeah, they are.
They are
They're
family.
family, definitely. Diverse.
Diverse.
And family. But no, there's collecting and, gathering these parts, which is kind of like a puzzle, but also going out, exploring these terrains with different vehicles and stuff, and then customizing those and getting them up to a certain point. And then, you can sell them and get a lot of money for it. Like, or just doing races, or just going the storyline, or doing your own exploration, finding these extra time trails or whatever it is that will help you unlock the car exploration stuff. It just keeps going and going and going.
Oh man, I have such a hard time imagining that this would be fun.
I know, but
'cause
I didn't think it
Yeah.
was going to be, not in this extent. And I think maybe that's why it worked. But for me, that was like
I don't think
the
that-
most
yeah.
fun I've had
For
this
a long
whole
time, yeah.
this whole vacation.
Shit,
sort
I
of.
suck at racing games as well.
Oh, I do too, which is why it's taking me forever. But it's just once you get into it, and when you get that sort of perfect run, especially when you're drifting, because it's so difficult getting the sliding
yeah,
motion
depending
to
on
transfer
the terrain as
and,
well.
like,
Yeah.
But it's so satisfying once you finally nail it, and then you win the race, and it's just like, you just
Dude,
feel good about
the
yourself.
racing stuff is the stuff that I never do in games. Like
Yeah.
if there's racing, like Far Cry has it, like every GTA game has it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I hate when it's part of a story and I have to, like, if it's not, like, if it's a shoot and drive thing, I'm fine. But if it's just a race where I have to be first and, like, like, I hate those, like, those parts of a game
Yeah.
where it's actual race, just like,
But here it's also, with every race, you also have an extra challenge for that race
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can choose, and it's giving you extra money, or you lose extra money. So it's like you bet
on yourself, or like to,
with this race, if you finish it within 2 minutes, then you get like $2,000 extra. Stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, or drift for this long
amount of amount of time to get
like all of that
Yeah.
stuff in a sprint race. So it's like, if you manage to do this amount of drift and
Yeah,
come first,
and comfort, yeah.
then you get this extra added thing. So it just adds another
Well, it's
thing
like this-
to a race.
Just like the Spider-Man game that I've been playing as well. It has like, you can kick these people's asses, but if you do 10 of these things and 5 of these, you get more tokens basically to
yeah.
buy stuff with, like more stuff
Yeah,
for stuff.
stuff and stuff.
Stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is fun. That's because once you get past that, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, you start to, like, your brain is like firing so fast. Like, and that's like the second game that I played a lot was Spider-Man. And I was getting, because, like, we started this game a while back
And again,
with my son.
Miles.
Miles, yeah.
Yeah.
The Miles Morales Spider-Man, yeah. And the nice thing is it's a continuation, like, directly from the previous game. So it is a really nice sort of handoff. And it's just like, they just made a great game greater. Like, the voice acting, everything is so good. And the swinging and all the effects that I talked about in the beginning, like, it's all so much fun. Like, a lot of the suits are really ugly, though. But there are some really good ones, yeah. There are, like, the ones that you know of, basically, are the better ones.
Yeah.
And then there are some, like, really high-tech ones that just look bad. Like, just,
Yeah.
like,
But the first game had that too. A lot of those
a lot of
suits
those
were just
weird
like,
suits, yeah.
Why?
But I had a couple of ones that I liked. I really liked the spiky haired,
The punk
Spider-Man, the
rocky,
punk
yeah.
rock with the Converse and
Yeah.
all that. Just it was really good. I played with that one a lot and the normal one.
Yeah.
Like I really just like the basic because I thought this PS4 suit was so good.
Mm.
Like it's just so good that I didn't want to have the other ones.
Yeah.
And same here. Like once I got the Miles Morales suit, like the one from the movie Spider-Verse, like I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like this is Miles Morales for me. And I think that they kind of like they hit some of the same notes in this one as they do in Spider-Verse, but it's totally different games or like visuals. But it's just like it feels really nice. I thought the first one was a bit more fun on the dialogue side from Spider-Man
Okay.
because he's already established at that point, and he's just like Spider Cop, and he does that whole thing. And I thought, like, just thinking back, I thought that was more fun, but I don't know. This was super solid as well, and starts off really fun.
Cool.
So I don't know. Like, it's just like play both. Like, the only thing that sucks with these games is running around the city collecting backpacks, but it kind of makes you, or like collecting whatever the games offer, but
Hones your skill.
yeah, but it's like all the time. Like once you've done like the basic stuff in the beginning, in the first one, for example,
Yeah.
and then you kind of like do a couple of missions, and then it unlocks more shit like that. Go around the city and nah. But what that does though is it helps you learn to swing properly. But you can still fast travel if you want to. But like most of the times, you're just like, no, I'm just gonna swing.
course you're gonna swing.
Yeah, and it's
What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, and like I said before, just swinging in this game. Just that.
keep
You don't have to
swinging.
fight
Just
anyone.
keep
Like I
swinging.
think that, but the fighting is also, like, it's really really good.
Nice.
Like, and the better you get, like I would like to replay it and then just up the difficulty, and just see, because dude, it gets so intense on normal at times where you're just like, there's so many of them. And you're just like bouncing around between them, jumping on walls, kicking that guy, swinging, fighting, flipping. You're like, what the fuck? And my mind is like, I'm gonna do this. And my son was just like, you're really good at this. but you just like, you get so fast, and like it's the mental how fast, and it's like I think the first game had that same thing as well. Once the sort of like the military and like they just never run out of bad guys basically.
Yeah.
But they do. But it's just like it gets so intense, and once you master that intensity, like it becomes really, really, really fucking cool.
Nice.
Like your mind is basically Spider-Man. Like, okay, that guy, just like zapping everyone and flipping them around and stealing their weapons and tossing them into each other. Like it just becomes this like trance.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I need to just restart the Spider-Man game because I still haven't played more than maybe.
Dude, the thing is, if you don't
50%.
give a fuck about any of the side missions, they're all pointless.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's the backpack that I put here in college. Who cares?
Yeah.
And if you don't care about unlocking the suits, you don't have to do it. Just play the main story.
Yeah.
Just go for the yellow and the blue story missions.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You don't need any of the other stuff.
No.
Just unlock basic shit.
But
and
just to
then
get through the game, because
Dude, it's worth it.
Yeah,
It's
I've
really
heard so
worth
many
it.
people talk about it. It's like one of the best story-driven games ever. Like, yeah, I need to do it. But
it's really fun as well.
I need to keep racing as well.
Yeah.
But moving on to
the last one.
the last game, and this, did you buy it because it was on sale, or did you buy it because you wanted to play
I've
it?
been planning to play it. I just knew that it was going to take forever.
Yeah.
So I've been putting it off. I was like, Christmas break.
Yeah.
And now it was Christmas break, and it cost nothing. Like
Exactly.
200 and I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like it was
$30.
Yeah,
tops.
$30 tops.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna get it, and then I bought Kenna Bridge of Spirits as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna play one of them.
Yeah. I got this one, and I got Bloodborne.
Oh yeah,
Because I was like,
Bloodborne. It's one of those
And
super hard games.
it was $10. Like I was like, I have Dark Souls. I might as well have this one. Haven't played any of them. But
They're not for me.
But then I got this one So this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla is what we're talking about now. My dad's been playing this since it came out, and he's
a year ago.
addicted to it still. Like he loves it. He just goes like exploring and doing everything. He wants to, like, he's such a purist when it comes to this stuff that he like restarts the whole thing just because he felt like he missed something in the beginning,
But
rather than
just start a new game with all the stuff that you have.
Yeah,
can't you?
I know.
I don't know. Like, doesn't it have like New Game Plus or something? I don't know.
But then he just wants to feel the. I don't know. He's stupid, you know.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, stupid.
But he enjoys it so much
Yeah.
that he doesn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
So he's been hyping
Did he
it
play
up.
The Witcher?
No, I've been telling him to get that forever.
Moron. It's Assassin's Creed with stories,
but good
everywhere.
Yeah.
and the cool thing about, I think, that one is that all the choices that you make, you will also see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's different for everyone.
Actually, maybe I should just
Get him the game.
yeah.
Fine.
Actually, yeah.
Isn't it his birthday again soon?
Yeah.
This year or something?
Yeah, it's every year at some
Every
point.
year at some
I
point,
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you remember. Oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Valhalla. So I got that before I got the Need for Speed game, so I started playing it, and I really enjoyed it.
I like that you start playing other games when you've started one.
But it's
I never
again,
do
it's
that.
it's this like I
never do
feel
that. Yeah.
this is what I feel like playing now.
Oh, yeah,
And then I
okay.
changed.
never changed. Like,
Again, it was just that impulse of wanting to do a race, and like, yeah, well, fuck it, I'll just get this.
I did actually buy 2 games the year before last, and I didn't finish them. Like, I
Really?
just didn't enjoy them.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many games that I own that I have actually finished.
I finished all of them
maybe
except 2.
2 or 3,
Yeah.
maybe that I have.
No, I have 3
Finished.
that I haven't played, 2 that I've paid for.
There's so many games that I've had to restart because it's been so long
You
that I
started,
just
yeah.
forgot everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So The Witcher being one of them.
No, The Witcher fucking hooked me immediately.
I just never got into it. And like I start playing it and then I don't have that time to put like invest. That's one of the games that I should have played now for 2 weeks. Like, but no.
No, I really, I've been thinking since watching The Witcher, like, to replay the game again because it's so good. And I'm going to just move my saves to my PS5 and then just continue playing it, like play a New Game Plus.
Yeah.
And just like explore, and I get to keep everything that I've worked for. So
Yeah.
just like restart and then just try to like go
Up
from there.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Because I really, really enjoyed the game. I just want to make 2 different choices at 2 different things that I didn't understand back then.
Mhm. But let's go back to Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah.
And you are currently playing this now.
Yeah,
then?
because I did play I got back into Assassin's Creed.
With Odyssey?
Yeah, with Odyssey. Because I played the first one and hated it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my God, this is a game for me. And then I was like, this is not a game for me once I played it. Because it was just like, because of the whole parkour thing, you know.
Yeah.
And also Assassin, killing people, my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
it was like, it had everything to entice me, you know.
Yeah.
Ninja assassin order that, you know, in white cloaks.
Hidden blade.
Just
Just awesome.
all the stuff that I would have sort of, like, it's a fan jerk, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, yes. And then I played it, and it was like, oh, that little thing that you did in the beginning of the game, we just do a rinse and repeat. We just change the walls you climb on.
Yeah.
And it was so boring. And then I played the second one, which had like a nice story. And I actually finished that one.
Yeah, me too.
And then, I don't know, like, I was just like, yeah, but it's still repetitive as fuck.
Yeah. But it was good.
But it was, yeah, it was good. It had a story to kind of entice you in the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one came, and I was like, okay.
I just tried it. I
Yeah,
don't own it.
I think
never,
I played a demo or
That's
something.
when he had the beard, right?
No, that's the one where you parkour in the forest more. You have that, like,
Oh,
grappling
yeah.
hook and
Oh, yeah,
shit,
So Brotherhood is in between then.
No,
because that
it's-
came
oh,
out
yeah,
before.
Brotherhood is in between.
And
Correct.
I haven't played the third one at all. My
Okay.
dad, that's where my dad really fell in love with it.
Okay, yeah.
So
I-
because
yeah,
he's always been a very
Yeah.
big sort of Native American fan, like he loves cowboys and Indians, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
So when he heard that you're like a Native American with a tomahawk
Yeah,
in
yeah.
an Assassin's Creed game, he was like, yes, like that was so his jam, and he just played that.
Like
forever.
He plays whatever
Yeah.
he's doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
The same thing.
Yeah. And then from there he was just like all in Assassin's
okay,
Creed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I haven't played anything like
Black
I was
Flag for me I loved it because
I like the
it's
idea of it,
not
but I just-
Assassin's Creed, it's just a cool pirate game
yeah,
with a hidden blade and parkour and killing
Hidden
people.
Blade.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
basically
Exactly.
the same thing.
But you get to fish sharks. Too.
Yeah.
Like-
No. The thing is, I just like, I just felt that like even the game that I liked was just too repetitive.
Mm.
And then I think I got Odyssey on like 2 years ago, maybe on a sale.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it costs like, it was like $10 or something. Like, I don't even remember if it was that much, but it was just like so cheap.
That's what I paid for it too.
And I just downloaded it, and it just, yeah, I looked up on, I was like, okay, so I get to choose characters. I was like, YouTube, what do they sound like? And then I started with the guy, and I was like, if she's as bad as him, I'm not playing this. Yeah, no, it was so bad. And he really sounds like a dude, you know, like what's up, but with Greek, you know, like but basically sounds like an airhead.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh,
Brendan
man,
Fraser, Greek Brendan Fraser.
I was like, if this is the same, like I'm not playing this. And then her voice was perfect.
Awesome.
She actually has a Greek accent that is
Greek.
like it really but his was too. But he sounded stupid, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up? I'm a Greek warrior, man. You know, like, and it just sounded like basically like any anime character dub from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, Naruto.
Ria Orchidea.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. No, but her voice actor was perfect.
Cool.
And then I started playing the game, and that character is so likable, Cassandra, and you just play the game, and she's so fucking like powerful as well. You know, like she is a fucking murderer. But she's just perfect, and she's also commenting while she walks around. You know, and it just feels natural. Like, and that's where I was like, oh my god, this game is perfect. You know,
Nice.
And my daughter is still playing that game.
Oh, cool.
But it was just a great experience, and I'm not the biggest Greek lover, you know. That's why I kind of avoided this one. I was like, I'm gonna sit this one out, but it was so cheap, and I was like, yeah, but it looks kind of cool,
You know.
and it was really good. It's a really good game. Just avoid all the side stuff, like the people on the roads and stuff. You really don't need to follow the main stories and the big side missions, you know, that are part of the main story somehow.
Yeah.
Those are really good. Just avoid helping people kill wolves and bandits, and you'll be fine. But it was just so much fun. Like, all of it was good.
But then we jumped to Valhalla.
And now we're there. And this is where my kind of comparison goes on. Is like the voice acting, the graphics were really good in Odyssey. And then you get to this new game, and I have it on a new console, next gen, and all that, and it's worse. Like,
How is that possible?
how is this possible? The thing is, they did like when they released the game, it was too powerful. No, it was huge, and
Okay.
it just like didn't work for people. So they kind of trimmed it down a bit.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if that, because I
Okay.
didn't play it before.
Yeah.
But the game was like sort of taken from this amount of gigabytes to a lower amount of gigabytes. I don't know what that means. Like, if they
Faster,
did-
maybe, I guess.
yeah, but I don't know what that means. Like, if they changed, like if they lowered the amount of like the graphics, you know, like
Well, they
what-
must have done.
they must have done something. But
Yeah.
like either way, the graphics, the characters, like Eivor looks fine,
Yeah.
but everyone else looks stupid, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
it was way better in Odyssey. Like,
That's sad.
especially the main character. Like, the backgrounds and everything is gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
That looks great. But it feels like they did a lot of... Like, they took what they sort of evolved in that game from previous games. It just felt like a step back in this one in
Yeah.
many ways. And like, the eagle is totally pointless in this one, the crow.
Yeah.
The raven. It's just garbage. Like, it just flies, and in the previous game, it would mark out enemies or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
In this game, it just flies there. It marks nothing. You don't see shit.
You have to mark yourself, I guess.
Yeah, you can mark where you want to go, but that's it. In the
Yeah.
previous one, it would say like enemy stands there, which is logical. If I can see through the eyes, In this one,
You
I
would be
can't
able
even
to see everything.
Dude, I couldn't even see where the fucking characters are because the ground is dark and then
Yeah.
the characters are dark and you can't see them. So what's
Yeah.
the point of the fucking
No,
eagle?
I tried using it
Yeah,
2
it's-
times,
yeah,
and then I was like, no,
I
not
don't need
worth
this.
it.
Yeah. The only thing I do
easier
with
to
it
run.
is like, how much further do I have to go?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you go back down, like immediately.
And to mark like, oh, this is where that treasure
That
chest is.
Yes,
Like, boom.
exactly. Bloop.
There
and
you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I hate the map and everything about the map.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to write in that direction. And then suddenly that just flips around again. And you're like, what?
Yeah. So
That's
it's like, so I need to go
Dude, up
or down.
or back? Or, it's
Yeah.
just illogical. Like,
Yeah.
it's just garbage. And it was perfectly fine in the previous one.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
stupid here.
I mean, I because I haven't played Odyssey all that much. I just installed it, started playing it, and then that was it. This one, I really do enjoy it. I think I do like the character of Eivor, but
You play the male one,
yeah,
right?
the male one. But I do feel like there's something off with the voice acting. It doesn't
Same
fit.
with the female one. But the female one, I feel, is better. It's still,
I would have liked a little bit more sort of like attitude or a little more.
yeah.
Just a little bit more acting, I guess. Sometimes it just feels like somebody reading lines, but the character in the game is like emoting a lot of like very aggressive and looking like a badass, but the voice is like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, okay.
And it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So that's where it feels like
But have
maybe
you
they
tried
did one.
Try switching to the female one and see what you think about
Yeah,
the voice
maybe I
acting.
actually should.
Because I think the
test.
female one is, again, better.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what it is, but she feels more, like, well-made. Like, I
Okay.
don't know. Like, same thing with Odyssey. Like, the guy was a travesty, and she's just perfect. and I feel like the same thing here. Like, I think
Okay.
she's better.
Yeah. But just the environments alone saved this game for me.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
of course. The
it's
environments are
beautiful.
perfect, yeah.
Like the mountains and forests and stuff in Norway is just
Oh, yeah, it gets better.
crazy.
It gets better when you get to
Yeah.
it.
So I just arrived in England, and that's the whole game is you are a Viking going from Norway to England and
Yeah.
just like looking for riches and stuff. And in between that story, you come across some assassins, more or less, and you get trained a little bit. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. Your paths align somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it just like it works.
yeah.
It
It's
works.
basically the first game as well,
Yeah.
like or the Odyssey one, the one,
Exactly.
the previous game.
What I
It was
hate
the same
here
thing.
is like the whole animus thing. Like I don't feel like
Yeah.
that's necessary at all anymore.
No, like it's same.
It
same
takes me out of it more than like adds a layer.
Have you
to
done
it.
any of those puzzles? That come,
just
like the glitch puzzles?
No, just the first one where it sort of introduces that you are like, oh, remember you're just in the animus.
Oh, no,
you
no,
know?
no. I mean, like in the game when you're in the
Yeah.
when you're
Ivor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivor. When you are that character, sometimes you find glitches in that world.
Oh, okay,
and
no,
it's a
I
little
haven't.
puzzle game of jumping, and like it's so boring.
No, I haven't.
So boring.
Okay.
But it ties in like a little story there that I'm a bit curious about. But I
Okay.
have to do these stupid puzzles, and it's like, oh, jump there, twist that thing, jump back there, go back, find a way around. Like,
No.
and it's so boring.
Mm.
You know, don't want to do that.
No.
No.
But okay, as far as you've played now, are you still gonna keep playing it?
Oh,
are
yeah,
you gonna
yeah,
finish
I'm
it?
finishing it. I'm finishing it.
So
but
it's
I'm
not
just-
it's not
yeah.
that bad
No,
that
no,
you're
no,
not
no,
playing
no.
it.
It's the voice acting is horrendous compared to the previous game, but it's gotten like once you get to England, it gets a bit better and doesn't feel like the intro scene from Highlander one. Scotland,
Yeah.
cousin Dougal or whatever the fuck. They say. I am not. That's what it feels like. And I probably did it better than they do in Assassin's Creed.
I'm sure they're like historically super correct.
Not
So
in this
It's
game,
just
yeah.
that wasn't such a
but the
woke
game-
movement.
Yeah, but the game does get better though. Like it does get better. It still has like a lot of stuff that is worse in this game, but I think like all in all, the main adventure is fun.
Yeah.
Like trying to like you get to England and you basically start over.
Yeah.
So you're building this settlement, and the more you build it, the more renowned it gets, and people want to move there and be part of your little.
And that's also a
stuff.
good, like when you check those, we were talking about going to YouTube just to check like what should I know before, so I don't do anything really retarded. And that's something that they talked about too, like the certain things that you should
invest in first.
Exactly.
I just took the stuff that I thought was cool, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh yeah.
But yeah, obviously this
Yeah. But I basically
Maybe,
just took the
like,
rule of cool here.
an art gallery might not be the most
No, but it was
important
like
thing in the beginning.
museum. I was like,
Like,
not
yes.
happening. I took the assassin thing because I thought it was cool,
Yeah.
and the armorer and the tattoo shop because I want to remake my character. But then
course.
everything there sucks.
Yeah, you need
was
to
like-
invest in the stables because
I have
that's
not done
gonna just improve the livestock in
Oh,
general.
I did that in Norway already.
Yeah.
As soon as I found like someone that could fix the horses, I just bought everything. Or maybe I did it in England, but
Yeah.
I did it somewhere else in another village, and I just upgraded my
And
horse.
I think that's all I remember. But it's also good having the museum because that helps you store artifacts, and
Well,
that's gonna
okay.
increase that in some way and help you get more
Okay,
stats.
I didn't.
Something
I
like
haven't
that.
cared about the settlement. I just like once I unlocked the stuff that I really cared for,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lot of the treasures at the edges of the map and stuff like that. I'm just like I don't care. Like I've got the superpowers that I want, the abilities. I told you I got that Jet Li rope harpoon thing, and I'm just fucking going insane. That one and throwing axes is my favorite ones
And that-
because it looks cool.
That's pretty much all you want to do.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
the rule of cool.
Yeah.
And one happens to be super powerful. I was just like, that's the ones I want. I even have one where you put people to sleep, which is a fun one.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just Jet Li stuff.
Awesome. But yeah, okay. So Valhalla, we're still
Yes.
playing
No,
it.
no, it's fun. It's fun, yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
But if you haven't played Odyssey, I would recommend you play that one.
Yeah.
It is way, way more fun.
Cheap.
Yeah. And also cheap. Yeah.
And also
maybe cheap.
All right. So those are the games.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna burn through sort of movies that I've watched.
Yeah, I have a couple of small things that I can sort of talk about.
So-
Two things that I can actually recommend. So I'll stick to those two.
I'm gonna actually
Good.
I'm gonna skip all the old stuff because you've heard it a billion times before. If you haven't, then go back and listen.
Spider-Verse is real.
Yeah. Oh, I was so close to watching
Yeah,
that
I was
yesterday.
also, yeah.
I had it in my hand. I was like, oh. But something we didn't mention was the Witcher 2 season 2. I haven't finished it, so I still have like maybe 2 episodes left or something. So I can't really comment that much about it anyways. But I did watch The Green Knight, which is a semi-new movie.
Yeah, once you told me about it, I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Then I checked the rating.
I don't think you'd like it.
And I know.
No. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie, but it's definitely not a great movie either.
Yes.
It's a strange movie. It's a very, very strange movie. The trailer does not do it justice at all because it doesn't explain what it is. But it's an interesting take of a historical type of thing, like Excalibur or
The
something
Green Knight,
similar
basically.
to that.
Yeah.
So it's really unique, I would say. Like, it's a good way to explain it. So
it's like you have a nice personality, that type of compliment.
But so this is a spontaneous comparison, but if you compare it to something like Mandy with Nicolas Cage, where he's like doing
which one is that?
chainsaw fights and stuff, like I love Mandy. It's a great, awesome movie, but
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't think you have either. And
I'm
I
more
think
of
you
a
should.
Jiu-jitsu movie.
Yeah, this is jiu-jitsu, but good.
But good.
But it's still like not a great movie,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
but
good.
it's good,
It's
yeah.
really good. And Nicolas Cage is amazing in it. Like his acting he is still a good actor, even though you don't see it anymore. So I would say that this is like a really well-made version of Mandy in a strange way. Like toned down, but made well.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to look at.
It's true.
And the way I compared it to, or told you about it, was like, kind of feels like a long music video.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Like something that, what are they called? Dragon Flame? Dragon...
Oh yeah,
Dragon Force. Yeah, like I can imagine just having like a Dragon Force album on in the background, and like, yeah. But it was all right. So that's a weird thing. I finally saw Moonlight, which was this big hyped up movie.
I have no idea what this is.
No, it's a very sad drama about a black gay kid growing up.
But does it have superpower or superheroes in it?
No.
No, I haven't seen it.
And then I saw the new Candyman movie.
I wanted to see that until I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, and I wanted to see it, and I knew I wasn't gonna like
the
it.
premise
Yeah,
of it, but
no, it wasn't all that good. Santa was terrified. I was just sitting there, kind of like questioning a lot of things. But it's not bad. But it could have used like another half hour to flesh out some stuff, and better people working on it. The actors in it were good.
Good, yeah.
But the story in itself and stuff is like something was lacking.
Yeah.
So,
but it's a nice premise, right?
Yeah.
Like, I really like the idea of that, the art pieces that he makes and all that jazz.
yeah. Do you
cool.
remember much of the old one, like the first one?
Yeah, only that they actually killed the Candyman and
Yeah.
then he came back. You know, like before he was Candyman. He
And
was
there's
a
how
B
many of
guy.
those? It's like
Two.
4.
I think it's 2.
Only?
With
With
the
the-
actual actor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That-
It just
the-
felt
the
like one of
Candyman.
those
Yeah.
franchises that
No, I
kind
don't
of
think it went on
went
for
on
too long. I
forever.
think there's 1 and 2, maybe 3.
I didn't check.
Does. But I enjoyed the originals when they came.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hold up.
With this, what intrigued me with this new version was that Jordan Peele was involved. The guy
Who's
who did
Jordan Peele?
Us and Get Out and like,
Other movies that I haven't seen.
and they're amazing. They're really, really good.
Like,
Get
I'm sure
Out,
they
I
are.
think, is one of the
Which
best.
one is Get Out?
When the black guy is dating a white chick and they go to
Oh,
meet
to
her
her parents. Okay, yeah, I know which one this is.
Yeah.
I have not seen that one.
You have to see it.
Yeah, I heard good things about it, but then again, I haven't seen like those types of movies.
But that's not a horror movie.
okay,
That's
yeah,
definitely not a horror. It's
It's
more
just
of a
thriller.
weird, twisted
Yeah.
thriller drama with great humor and stuff. So definitely see Get Out if you haven't seen
So
that.
Get Out is basically the other one that you recommended me, Ready or Not. Was that Ready or Not, where she was going to marry that guy with the insane family?
Hiding. Yeah, yeah, Ready or Not.
Ready
Yeah,
or Not,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that it feels like another type of, like the same premise. If you just like bare bones, they go to the place, everyone's an idiot or like a crazy.
Yeah, kind
Everyone's crazy. Yeah,
kind of, but really good.
but really good. Okay,
It's deep in a weird way. But
Okay,
I
cool.
really don't want to say anything.
No,
The
I
less
get
you
it, I
know,
get
the
it.
better
The
it's
better
gonna
it
be.
is. Yeah.
And it's also Jordan Peele's first movie, and you have to keep that in mind when you see it because it's like, wow. kind of.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so Candyman wasn't directed by him. It's not written by him. He was just sort of a helping hand and producer.
Okay.
So that's why it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
If he was more involved, I think it would be really cool.
Better, yeah.
Because the premise is there, it's really cool, and they're utilizing some fun techniques with like, I don't know what it's called, when you use paper figures and work with sort of shadows and just paper stuff,
Oh, okay,
like
cool,
in certain
cool. Yeah,
scenes.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
When you explain exposition and stuff, you have these sort of smaller stories just with
Like a little diorama. type of
exactly.
thing
It
with,
feels like a little
yeah.
kid is playing with these paper figures and playing out.
But isn't
a
that like a
scene.
light theater thing? You know, like
Kind of
those
like that.
old little boxes
Yeah.
with like little shadows that moved around.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm sure it's digital, but it looks
It looks
like-
good enough. Yeah.
it's a cool little twist, an extra thing to it. And
That's where the budget went.
exactly. And yeah, so I guess those were like the really new things that I watched. I don't need to talk about the other stuff, to be honest.
I have one that I think a lot of people might have seen or maybe not or should see. The new Disney movie, Encanto.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Saw that one?
How was it? What is it?
Encanto is about this family that escapes this horrible thing and then
Realize
by a
the
miracle.
magic.
Yeah, no. By a miracle, like the mom with 3 babies kind of just like makes a wish or something like that, and then the something magical saves them, and then they like the hills rise up and stuff like that, and it's just like, and they end up in this place, this magical little village in the middle of a place. I don't know, but it's basically like all the other movies. Like it's a beautiful movie. Like everything is perfect. You know, like the way that they do their movies. You know, like they're all very like. It goes away from that uncanny valley with that movie that came out with the dragon and the one that we thought we were gonna like.
Yeah.
They've stepped away a bit from that super like realistic approach and gone back to a bit more stylized, cartoonish. Yeah,
like the Bruno. What was it?
Yeah,
called?
exactly. More that style
Yeah.
rather than that crazy hyper realistic that where everyone starts looking weird. And it has a lot of charm, and I think the path that Disney's going though is like it's a bit too woke for me right now. Like I really enjoyed the movie still, but it's basically like the one with the piano guy. It's not gonna like the stories are like I don't know like. I just like.
You can't do really fun movies anymore because you have to be so careful. That's what it
yes,
feels
I think
like.
that's what it is.
And you have to appease everybody.
Yes.
And when you have to do that, you can't take
it's
any
not
chances.
interesting. Yeah, it doesn't
And
get
that just
interesting.
makes it plain white toast rather than a fancy avocado
And then again,
smash.
like it has like great characters. They're all awesome. There's the buff sister that got like the buff powers. There's this character that blah 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 and all that. But I just like. In the end, it just feels meh.
Is it a movie you would watch again?
By choice?
No.
Maybe for the visuals, because it's a beautiful little house, and the house, you know, like, it's alive as well, and they can, like it kind of reads their moods. So if you want to, like, oh, I'm going to just slide down the stairs or do something, or if you're, like, let's say you invite some people over to the house and like little kids are trying to sneak up somewhere, like like they're trying to run up the stairs and it just like makes a slide and they fall back down. You know, like the house is alive. It's just a pretty cool concept. The colors, everything. It's like perfect. It's basically like the Bruno movie.
Yeah.
This one also has a Bruno.
Of course.
Which is fun. A big part of this movie. But again, like. The story, though, like, it's good, but I just don't care, you know, like, it feels like they're just, I don't know, it just isn't interesting.
It's
like,
just another one.
It's just another one, yeah.
And that's what it feels like lately after, was it Aya or something? The last.
Oh, Raya.
Raya.
Yeah, but that's the one
Raya.
where the hyper-realism in some
but
parts.
Like,
and
it's just like, from that point on,
yeah, it's just,
I don't
care.
care.
Yeah, I like the visuals in this one and the Bruno one that I can't remember the name of right now. But and Raya and Raya was like that was fucking up my alley. You know,
yeah,
like,
it should have been the coolest movie ever.
and it just wasn't again.
No, probably
just like,
again restricted with the whole woke thing.
I think wokeness is like I like representation. I think that is super cool, and they succeed in this movie.
Yeah,
but it's just like story wise, I'm just like,
where's the investment? Where's the?
I don't know what it is. Like I want something more, and that's why Arcane works for me so well because it like. Powerful characters, you care, there are stakes, there's all that stuff.
And it feels fresh.
And it feels fresh.
It is woke, but it's not in your face woke.
No, but it's exactly. You know? Wokeness isn't the main story thing here. Like and I think like when we're gonna talk about the next thing that we're gonna talk about later, the movie Nobody. I think that one also kind of just does what the 90s did well. Like the 90s did a lot of shit bad. Don't get me wrong. Like
but
when you
what
go
still
back,
survived is really great.
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of really good stuff from the 90s. Like,
and then I've seen The Witcher season 2. Yeah. Which I really like. The first opening episode is my favorite. Yeah. Because it's this like sort of, but it just feels like Monster of the Week type of episode where it's like a contained story that is part of the bigger narrative, like what they're setting out to do, like on their way to, you know, the rest of the season basically, but it's so contained within what they're like that little story, and that story is part of The Witcher, like the first game, I think. I never played that. But it's part of that, and it's just such a great cool thing, you know, to have.
Still waiting for
yeah.
the frying pan.
Or maybe sorry, it's not from the first game. That one I think is in game 3.
Yeah.
But there are parts of season 1 because I rewatched that as well. That is part from like the first game, because I've been watching a lot of like cinematics from the first games just to kind of like get where the game was going with the stories, and then I want to read the books as well. So I'm just like getting in some lore.
Nice.
But I can really recommend like The Witcher. Like it has its sometimes when you're just like, that's not great, but again, for some reason for me it works.
Yeah. Is the second season as twisted as the first one in terms of linear narrative?
No, it's better. It's way better.
It's just so easy because as
it's
far as I've gotten,
follow,
you just understand what's happening. I've forgotten a whole bunch.
Dude, when I rewatched the first one again, I was like, oh yeah, shit, this has not happened yet.
Exactly.
In what I just saw.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
And that is the thing. I think that's where
they joke
lost...
about it in this one.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they joke about it in this one. So that's
awesome.
like they know they fucked up there.
Yeah.
And like,
I also saw that I also saw that,
I like that.
They have like an episodical behind the scenes thing on Netflix with Henry Cavill and all this too. Just yesterday night before I went to bed, I saw
Henry Cavill is
the
jerking off the nerd community
the
right
biggest
now. Like,
nerd
dude.
ever.
Yeah.
And it's so like it's so weird, but it feels like he's come out. Like he's like the geeky version of a homosexual. He's just like out now, and he's like so into everything geeky, which is, well, he's just another bro.
Nah, he's fun.
Yeah,
like,
it's
also,
so cool. Like
from a buff guy to another.
Yeah.
I know.
You got them buff geeks.
You got them buff geeks. Geeks are buff now. No, but it's like I really enjoy it, and I think he's my man crush for now. Like, that's where we're at.
All right, moving on.
No, but details, bro. No, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Even with its shortcomings, it is a great show. Like, I enjoy it. I think it's...
For any sort of fantasy geek, if you haven't played the games or not, it's still an enjoyable show, I think.
No, dude,
the
you don't
story
have to see
is
anything.
It's cool. The creature effects and all of that's really, really cool.
Dude, compared to The Wheel of Time,
yeah,
this show is magical.
I couldn't get myself to watch more than the next episode.
Dude, I saw 2 episodes. I
saw
finish 2, and I've been meaning to, and I'm just like, I should probably, and then I just watched something else. Like
I went back to Prime, and then I was like, oh yeah, Prime has Invincible, and then I just rewatched that.
No. The problem with the Wheel of Time show is that like all the boring exposition.
Yeah.
Like
it's too much.
But usually like it's part of the dialogue.
Yeah.
But in Wheel of Time, there's someone explaining it to you. Basically, that's what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're talking to each other so that the viewer knows what the fuck is going on
exactly.
here. This place was the... And you're like... like, so boring. And I've read the books, and it could be interesting, but just isn't. It just
doesn't
isn't.
work.
Yeah. And in The Witcher, it kind of just, like, it plays out. You know what I mean? And they're saying things in the heat of the moment, and it kind of fills in the blanks.
Yeah.
But in the other one, it just feels like... people are talking to you or at you.
But, let's just...
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
But it was good. I had one more thing.
Yeah.
Inside Job, that new cartoon on Netflix, was fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out after your recommendation.
But again, it's not Final Space good, but I've seen 5 episodes. I think I fell asleep like mid-5, but... It's just fun. Like, it was fun. I was going to just see if it was good, and then I just didn't stop watching.
Nice.
And it's, like, not the greatest, but it's, like, the voice acting is awesome. Like, it's fun. It has a lot of, like, current sort of conspiracy and crazy times, like, in it, and a lot of fun references. Like, there's an episode about the 80s and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. All right. All right, let's start jumping into
the
last parts.
But we're not 3 hours and 20 minutes in, Robert.
Oh, we will be.
So what are we starting with?
We're
Nothing?
starting with Nobody.
How was the Nothing Man?
Nothing Man.
Nothing Man.
The Nothing Man.
But the best thing is, no. But when you recommended this movie, you were like, "You got to see this movie." I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't even know what that is."
Yeah.
As soon as I looked it up, I was like, "Oh, that's what it was called."
Yeah. Yeah. No, because we did talk about it like a few months back.
Yeah.
And like, we should definitely watch this for the retro.
Yes.
And then I was like,
I think it was when we saw. What was that? Final boss level.
Boss level.
All those.
Yeah.
But I think we saw it as a trailer or something while we were doing that stuff.
And then it just popped up on YouTube as like a movie suggestion. And I was like, oh yeah, I really want to see that. Fuck it. I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah.
And Santa wanted to see it too. So I was like, fuck, yeah, perfect. Rented it. I never rent movies.
I rented it too.
Yes.
Because it was nowhere.
Exactly. And I saw it 3 times.
Oh, you saw it 3 times? Jesus.
Yeah. 2 times on the same day and then another time the day after. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a breath of fresh air in this woke madness that we are in right now.
Yes, everything is very
but
woke.
everything is the same,
I know. I know. But it's like when you try to please everyone, like we've said before, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You get nothing. Like, it's nothing interesting.
It's like, you're not even being able to toast that white toast. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, just leave it. Don't touch it. Somebody's going to get offended.
But isn't it white toast?
Yeah, exactly. Just make it brown. No. Yeah,
Make
I said
it brown.
I said brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. References, okay? I'm not being racist. I'm being
It's a
funny.
reference.
I'm being funny.
You cannot pass, Robert.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, Nobody. So it's with the Better Call Saul
Guy.
being a nobody that gets sort of John Wicked in a way. But they just flip it on its head. Like they flip John Wick on its head. Like literally they do, like instead of dog there is cat, like it's just like.
But it isn't cat. It's what was
Kitty,
it?
Kitty
Hello
bracelet.
Kitty, yeah. Hello
But there is
Kitty.
a cat also.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
is a cat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true.
But just saying, like they're using a cat instead of a dog. And he has a family where John Wick has no family. And like he's sort of, well, he's not chubby. He's kind of actually fit
He's just
for
actually
his age.
no, but he does work
Like-
out every morning, Robert.
yeah.
He does the,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
bus stop.
But it's so, yeah, he's just a normal, everyday dude that gets put in this situation and that wakes up the fucking beast. And from there on, it's the best roller coaster
Yeah.
ever. Like, I don't know how much we should spoil this movie because it's
Okay,
such a...
but what I want to say about this movie
Yeah.
is that it is just what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and I did enjoy it more than John Wick.
Yeah,
Because for
too.
me, John Wick takes it to a level where it just isn't fun anymore. Like, for me.
And I really do enjoy
you
the John
did
Wicks.
enjoy John
but this one,
I've
for
seen
me...
all of them, by the way.
Yeah.
So I've given them a chance.
Good job.
And they're not bad. They just get, not interesting at some point.
And we are getting number 4 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see that one as well, just to kind
You-
of
well,
complete the
you have to now.
tetralogy.
I mean, it's still...
I haven't seen The Matrix, though. I have not seen
I
that
am
yet.
not going to see The Matrix.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things.
No, same.
Uh,
I'm like, I'm not paying for that shit.
No, I'm not paying for it. That's
Hell no.
not happening.
Hell no.
But I do want to put money in Keanu Reeves' pocket, though.
Yeah.
Because I
He,
like
he
him.
kind of... Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like he deserves
I don't
it.
even care if he does bad movies. Like
I know.
I just
know.
watch him because he's.
But I'm
in
not
it.
going to the movies to see it. Let's just put it that way.
I could go to the movies if someone else paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good...
That's a,
because that's
I still
me
want-
holding up to what I just said. So, yeah.
No, but
You
nobody
pay for me, I pay for you.
and we didn't really
Loophole.
pay for
Yeah.
No, but nobody is basically like they wanted to make a movie, and they made that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh yeah, but is that acceptable or is this or no?
No.
They just made the
It's
movie
like,
they wanted.
I have
to
this
make.
really cool script. Let's just make this.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything about it and just made it because they believed in it because
No, but it's just like it's just cinema. That's why I love Django.
Yeah.
Like Django is such a fucking,
Crazy movie.
crazy movie.
Yeah.
And it just, like all Tarantino movies, shit happens.
Oh, yeah.
But in that one, it's like, I think that's one of my favorite ones of his like current movies. But it's just so fucking dark, but so good. You know, it's that sort of like, it's super brutal, but it's also very like, what do you call it when you kill people, but it feels like it doesn't feel like a movie when you're watching it, but it's that sort of like gun martial arts type of thing, you know, where you don't take the kills seriously, but you're immersed. You know what I mean? Like it's something about the way that it's done that it doesn't feel like
you're
watching a
laughing
horror.
at people die, more or less. You know,
But you're not laughing. It's just so beautifully done.
yeah,
That it is, you know, like it's a visual feast,
Yeah.
basically. I'm not big on gore, like,
no, and there's always a lot of blood.
and it's a lot of
Yeah.
shit in this one, but it's so perfectly balanced with that sort of like, I guess choreography is the like some type of fucking.
but also storytelling
And the
plays
storytelling
a big,
is
big
really
part of how you get away
and Jamie
with.
Foxx,
Yeah,
fuck, he's
Brilliant.
so good.
no, but everybody in that one.
But yes, everyone
Christoph
actually,
Waltz, Leonardo
Christoph-
DiCaprio is crazy
DiCaprio
good.
is crazy good,
and
yeah.
just crazy. You know.
Oh yes, and also just crazy, just plain crazy.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's yeah.
I should
No,
rewatch it. It's been a while.
and I feel that this movie
Has
dude,
that
this-
same.
nobody. Yeah, exactly. It has that same thing where they're just like it's just beautiful in the way that it is, but it's a very contained story. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
hint to some past and they hint to this and like. They
But that's
give you a
also
bit.
great because if it is a good movie.
And Doc was in it.
Yes. Oh my God, I was so happy.
Dude, it was so weird as well.
So many things made me so
Yeah.
happy with
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Even.
But it isn't
the
like
RZA.
I need to say that this isn't the best movie out there.
No.
But it's one of those movies that is what it is. Like
Yeah.
it feels like they just like it's one of those movies that nobody thought anything of, so they got to do whatever the fuck they wanted
Yeah.
without compromise.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to do shit. Like there was no one thought much of this movie, it feels like, and then they just made it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it feels like it went under the sort of like the radar of people having opinions on this movie.
But it feels like it's gone under the radar with a lot of people in general as well. Like it hasn't really
but I
been
think
talked about all that much.
Maybe that's why it's like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's the Boondock Saints of this time, I guess.
Yes, I think
like,
maybe that's a
sort of
good.
Straight to DVD or Blu-ray thing, or now
Yeah.
straight to streaming, I guess.
I fuck.
Kind
It's
of.
hard to compare that because I was such a great age when I saw Boondock Saints.
Yeah. But that's what I think. Like the person that made Nobody
Yeah.
is us.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just somebody that really enjoyed Boondock Saints.
Dude, if someone
and
said,
got to make
"Here
their-
are a couple of millions, make a movie,"
I was
I'd
like-
probably make a movie like that.
Yeah.
A super simplistic
The
story.
yeah, exactly.
Where they're
You
like,
just need
yeah,
something to push the lead
narrative
into
a bit. And it's
a
good
breaking
enough.
point, I
And
guess.
yeah, and it's good enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's good enough. There's like this troubled marriage, and they do touch upon they do like sort of nibble a bit on that to sort of like make a human connection with you
Yeah.
know the wife and the character
And that's again, he like the lead. I don't know his name.
Saul.
Yeah, Saul.
come on
Saul from Breaking Bad.
Better Call
Yeah.
Saul. That's his name.
He's such a great actor.
He's such a different actor in this
Yeah.
one. He's actually like
But you can
cool,
tell,
yeah.
like when you look into his eyes,
Yeah.
there is shit happening behind,
yes, agreed.
and you just believe it.
yeah.
And when he is like in his sort of angry state, you're like, you don't really want to fuck with this guy because
But he's so like when he like forgets to take out the garbage and stuff like that.
"Ah."
Come on, man. You know, like he has that like Owen Wilson voice when he does that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then and when he talks, he's very soft spoken, you know, and stuff. But then you have those little moments where he's like, come on. You know, like those things without revealing too much. But
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice. Like just little things.
Yeah, I think for me, it's one of the better movies of last year.
But I think it is because it feels untouched by sort
Yeah.
of like the current times.
And also,
not
I
trying
think
to please anyone.
enjoyability of this movie as well. Like I really had so much fun watching it. Like it felt like going on a roller coaster ride, and just like, yeah, I enjoyed every second of it. And on second viewing, I enjoyed it even more because you understood so much
Yeah,
more.
I like the ending thing with the you know the
Yeah,
when you ran with the
like
thing.
talk
It was-
about
yeah.
fantastic endings.
Such a stupid
Such
thing,
a-
dude. You would have destroyed yourself,
But it's so good.
It's so fun. Yeah,
I loved it.
and that and I think that's why I enjoyed it as well. It's like it had a lot of that stuff that I enjoyed with the '90s movie, like that creative type of like the movies in themselves weren't that fantastic, but it had a lot of sort of creativity behind it.
And speaking of creativity, like I have to spoil this one thing because I loved it so much. But there's a character who has a sniper rifle and he's sort of close combat fighting with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has a dude behind him and then he shoots the guy in front of him and the recoil from the shot knocks the
other guy,
the other guy
yeah.
out, and he's like he does that on purpose, and it's so fucking good. Like it's such a small little thing, but I had to rewatch it when I saw it the second time and like no way, like that's such a brilliant thing to
and
do.
to compare this movie to like Six Underground, you know, the Ryan Reynolds movie that I wished was good.
That I wished was like this.
Contained story. I think that is the key. Like when you complicate,
But it's Michael Bay.
Yeah,
Michael Bay doesn't know how to do that.
yeah. But contained stories are the best. Like, you know, like when you
The one time he did that was The Rock.
The Rock. Oh,
It's
The
on-
Rock.
yeah.
Okay. I was like
Not-
the actor.
No,
I
The
was
Rock.
like they made
That's
a movie
contained
together?
to Alcatraz.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're just there,
Yeah.
and that's a great action
Yeah,
movie. You know, maybe it doesn't hold up now. I don't
Now,
know.
but I saw it a lot when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
And I still can't remember shit. Like Nicolas Cage,
Sean
being,
Connery.
and Sean Connery.
I only remember Sean Connery singing in the shower. That's
No, I
it.
remember him like not Sean Connery, but the Nicolas Cage sweating
Oh yeah,
with the things.
with the things.
Yeah. When he was holding the nitroglycerin balls, I don't know what they were. I don't
There were
remember.
special things.
Special balls.
Special balls. Yeah.
A boom.
A boo. Yeah.
Special balls, a boom.
But
But yeah,
Yeah.
Nobody is a fun little movie.
Yeah.
Like that probably no one knows about. Nobody knows about. Nobody.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. And
I
very
think
brutal, like way
very-
more brutal
yeah, yeah,
than
yeah.
I expected it to be. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be more like the slapping people around type of fighting
Yeah.
stuff.
No.
And I was like, oh, no, whoa, this escalated.
Yep. And I was laughing, but also feeling a little bit sort of queasy at some
Oh,
points.
dude,
Like,
yeah, some of
because
those
just,
things
like,
were just like...
a little over the top.
mhm.
But yeah,
Just went
he
a bit too far.
he had shit to deal with.
Yeah.
And he dealt with it.
And he dealt with
and
it.
it's so great.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
And like
I could
comparing
definitely watch it
comparing
again.
that scene to Shang-Chi, similar, like let's just say a bus, like comparing those two, I'm like, I have a winner right here. I know which one I'm voting for. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't seen
I
it,
actually didn't even
I
make that
think
comparison.
you should
Bus.
definitely check it out. I am sure it's going to be out on streaming services
Yeah,
for
I think in
free-ish
Sweden it's
very soon.
on via Play for like $39 or
Yeah,
39
I got it
crowns,
on
yeah.
on YouTube.
And you got it on YouTube. So it's
also-
available for rent
Yeah,
on rental
so
right
like
now.
$4.
But I thought it was fun. Like it was a fun one of those like super simplistic action movies
Exactly.
that, you know, holds up.
Yeah, I am gonna buy this on Blu-ray because again I want to support these filmmakers.
Yep.
Who
Who made this movie, by the way?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
didn't
thing.
look shit
And-
up either.
Which is also why I want to get the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Maybe learn a little
That's
bit
something
about
I
the movie.
miss is remember when they invested in a lot of fucking behind the scenes for
Yes.
everything basically?
That's when I started buying a lot of
Yeah.
these.
I'm missing that now. Like no one does that anymore, you
No.
know, like
Because now it's no point in waiting for the special edition release of a DVD because it's not going to happen. Well, DVDs are gone.
no, but imagine just like Netflix having, you know,
well, like they did now with The
that
Witcher.
you
like
said,
I
yeah,
said.
with The
So we'll
Witcher, yeah, I'm
see
gonna watch
because I
that.
haven't seen it. So that'll be interesting
I'll try to
See.
watch that as well cuz
just to see what they
just
what
see
they
Henry
add.
Cavill.
Because Disney does this as well.
Hmm.
Like with each season for Mandalorian, they've
Actually,
done that.
Disney does this great.
Yeah. So like it's good to see that they know that there is a market for it.
Dude.
Netflix has the movies that made us and the toys that made us, all of those shows, which are also great for us that are really wanting to know the behind the scenes stories.
Oh shit! I just remembered. I need to remember when we talked about the behind the scenes from Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then I saw my friend there.
Yeah.
I need to write to him because he's the guy behind Boba Fett as well. The
Oh
stunt
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
because he did spoil that to us.
yeah, before it came out. Yeah,
Which was great.
Which was cool.
Thank you, friend.
Dear friend.
Yeah.
So that way, we got it confirmed early, but it was cool. Like it's super cool. Like when I was watching this stuff and I was like, saw them preparing some fight stuff, and I just saw him standing there. I was like, did I just see my friend there? And went back. I was like, opened my computer. I was like, dude, am I like? I took a screenshot, sent it to him. I was like, is this you? He was like, yes.
So
Yes. It was super cool.
Yeah. And speaking of, let's just go to Boba Fett. Let's talk about that.
It was Fett.
It was So
I liked
far,
it, yeah.
so far, it's Fett. Which is
I would say that Mandalorian was better at this stage, like 2 episodes. But again, I think it's too early because I feel like I've seen so much Mandalorian that they've really had the chance to grow. Like, because the first episode I was like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like it felt very sort of like those old like adventure Indiana, like young Indiana Jones, like that type of, you know. But in
which
the
is
West.
which is not a bad thing.
No, it's not a
all.
bad thing at all. It's just like I was a bit unsure if that would work today and keep that like. But yeah, dude, Mandalorian, best fucking thing to come out of Disney.
In a very long time.
Yeah.
Yes. But then, so with Boba Fett, like I was worried going into it because I didn't want to ruin my favorite character from the Star Wars universe. But they really made it work so far, at least. I mean, there's only 2 episodes out when we recording this. But
second episode was super long.
Yes, and so rich with story and like
very much, yeah,
and very cool. Like I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think I was going to. So that was.
But I the thing is that it started like during like what's happening now, and then it just went crazy on the backstory.
Yeah, which is
Just
also like it's such a great way to get that backstory. Because
But
that's
they
what we
did it
wanted.
in the first episode. They did it in bits.
Yeah.
Like, flashback to this point, and then flashback to that point. And in this one, it's just like one long flashback, you know, that I was like, I totally forgot that I was, because the episode was like an hour long.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot the opening. You know, I was like, "Oh shit, no, this is the same episode."
That's
the same.
happening.
Yeah, that's the same. This is still the same episode.
Yeah. No, but so far it's really good. I enjoy it. It hasn't ruined my favorite character. I don't really see it as that character though. Like
it doesn't feel like it because he takes off the helmet all the time,
Exactly.
which the Mandalorian didn't.
Exactly.
And you still kind of, you know, connected with
and
him.
I mean, Boba Fett never did that in any of the other movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, I guess in the prequels he didn't have the helmet on, but that was Django. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I can't wait to see the whole season. I hope it's going to continue being really, really good and awesome. It's good to see Robert Rodriguez doing something good again.
Very hit and miss.
Yeah. And it's cool that they got him back in. Like, because he did the first Boba Fett episode in Mando, and now doing pretty much the whole show, I guess.
I don't know. Like, it
He's
doesn't feel
done-
like they're switching, or maybe they are at some point. I don't know.
Because I think he directed the first and second episode, but they're written by Jon Favreau, so which is why
I
they're
like
still
that
good.
introduction episode.
Yeah,
It
me
was
too.
Nice. Yeah, and he has the stick, you know.
Yeah, which we get the backstory for
Yeah.
now. So it's so great. All right, moving on to Spider-Man, I guess.
Yes.
Or should
Did
we do
what did we have?
Hawkeye.
No, nobody. Oh yeah, let's wrap up Hawkeye.
Hawkeye?
first.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the last episode left, and well, apart from I started telling you about this. I can't remember what his name is. It's like Nerdist or Nerds something.
Some dude.
It's just a dude sitting talking into a microphone, like expressing his thoughts on different things.
A white dude expressing his feelings.
Exactly. But he's really bringing up all of the wokeness of stuff.
course.
Like I told you, he refers to the MCU as MCU because that's pretty much what every MCU movie is kind of that. If you look at Shang-Chi, like he is the hero, but Aquafina, or like the sidekick,
Mm-hmm.
saves him all the time and does like everything. She wins
Does
the
she
fights.
save him?
He gets his ass handed to him by his sister. Like so,
But she never saves him.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
with the arrow, bow
That
and arrow.
was one time though. He saves her as well.
Not really.
He does, and then his sister saves her.
Like,
And on the bus, he saves her and all the rest. I don't know. Like,
but
I don't
she drives the bus.
Oh, she does drive the bus, and he
all
does the
this stuff.
fighting. So
It's
I don't
just
know.
like it is kind of slowly being
But-
pushed into our
But
faces.
it's everywhere. It's
Disney.
Dude, it's Disney. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna get to. Like they're
Exactly.
very much on the woke bandwagon.
And that's very like when you think about that,
Yeah.
the ending of Hawkeye is very.
What
Like-
happened in the end? I was like,
She pretty much saves
spoiler.
him. Yeah.
I was
Spoiler.
like,
Spoiler. Yeah.
spoiler.
No, but she comes in and
Okay.
saves him
Okay.
like constantly, and then he gets his ass handed to him by Scarlett Johansson's sister, who
Mhm.
is actually not Scarlett Johansson's sister, but
But
Black
Widows.
yeah. No, but she kicks his ass until she doesn't
I
kick
don't
his
know. Like
ass.
in that one, I didn't really care.
I enjoyed it. I really
Yeah,
did.
I love that
but I'm
show,
just
like I
expressing what's sort
What
of
that
come
guy-
into my head now from this dude.
No, but I think we've said this all the time.
Yeah.
When you put too much wokeness in everything you do, it becomes weird.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you're pushing an agenda
Exactly.
instead of
It feels
focusing.
forced.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a
Like,
natural progression of a
Just
story.
write the story around the character that you
Yeah.
want to lift, or the minority that you want to sort of like these people, or like this person needs more. Write the story that does what you want to, instead of making everyone else stupid so that.
But
you
would
know,
you
like-
say that it's a Hawkeye show, or would you say that it's a Kate Bishop show?
I would say that it's an introduction show for a
To
new
Kate
character
Bishop.
to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a switch happening right now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the
we
old
need
guard is
yeah,
sort of
is
going
being
away.
phased out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's good because, if you don't enjoy doing it anymore, it's good to switch before it gets, before it becomes Samurai Cop reading his lines.
And again, they're doing it well.
They're doing it super
I
well,
really
so-
enjoyed this whole show. I thought it was fantastic.
I think the only
Great.
one that, felt like on the nose was,
Echo? No.
No, Winter Soldier and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
oh shit,
Falcon and the Winter-
Falcon and
Yeah.
the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah, that was a little too.
That one was that's where wokeness meets the show. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It isn't something that just that, because in Hawkeye, being that I guess those two are the weakest ones, but still very good.
Yeah.
And in Hawkeye, I didn't feel anything being pushed at me in that
No,
sense.
it was fun.
Yeah.
It had that Christmassy vibe, which I love.
I think that was the perfect play,
Yeah.
period. to release
Watching it
yeah.
during that, when it got released
Yeah.
and all the way up
No,
to it.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Same.
And I had a Christmas feel this year,
Yeah.
and it just added to that. And
Yeah.
Home Alone pushed that even further.
Nice. I still haven't seen Home Alone this
year,
Christmas.
Yeah. I saw both again.
No, I went for Die Hard. I wanted.
Have not seen Die Hard in years
Yeah,
during
that
Christmas.
Same. I mean, it's still good, but yeah,
But you
it's not the same anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I mean, Kate Bishop takes out the big baddie pretty easily, I would say. in the end.
yeah.
Also
Yeah.
with a little help of her mom.
Yeah.
Whereas, and this is a major spoiler, so sorry, but Daredevil, had a really hard time kicking his ass,
Yes, that is true.
and she,
And he has powers. Yeah.
so it's like
yeah.
that's where it's really, because the big baddie is the biggest baddie,
Mm-hmm. And he can take a lot of
Oh, yeah.
fucking,
a lot. So
Punishment.
that's why it's
Okay, yeah. I didn't
You
think
know what
about
I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
because, but I've also seen it 3 times, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yes, I can see where that would be a problem.
Where when you see it the first time, it doesn't feel like you're being smacked in the face with it. But
I
then,
still don't feel like even when I think about it now. Like now that you say it, I
It's
do
still-
see what you mean.
it's still enjoyable,
Yeah.
and it will bug you if you see it again. Like it's like, oh, you could
no,
have.
but it did bother me that he went down so fast.
Yeah,
But I didn't care.
No.
Like that's the thing. My investment isn't that high.
and it's more like fan service, just having that character in there.
Yes, I think that was more. But that I was so sad that it was just an introduction of Murdoch and not an actual. I was like,
Yeah, but yeah, I guess like all in all, really great show. Again, like a callback to those old, the dad needs to get home for Christmas movies.
No, I
you know.
really like that. And
and good sort of. I didn't have any crying moments in this one. Like
No.
it didn't touch me in that way, but
No.
it does have a little bit of feels, and you feel for
no,
Hawkeye.
I think the only time I got the real feels was when his son called and he didn't have his hearing aid on.
that was
That one was hard for me.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no. Like it was
Exactly.
just like a nice, cozy sort of.
Yeah.
I think that early on there, the middle part,
Yeah.
that was where
and they
got
work
me.
so well together.
It's
like-
perfect. Yeah, it's really good.
And she's also the voice of Gwen in Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
And she's been in so many things.
So many things, yeah.
I had no idea. Like
I didn't know either.
she was such an established actor and singer. Like I didn't
Oh,
even know
shit,
she
I
was a
didn't know.
pop star.
The other day. What's her name?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No, I really, I don't know.
same.
Like, I can barely remember Jeremy Renner, so
Yeah.
I was like,
I just say Kate Bishop. That's the character, okay?
there you go.
Yeah,
Like
she's
we
great.
do with Saul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You know,
but-
the Better Call Saul guy.
yeah, you better call him.
No, but I do
yeah.
recommend Hawkeye, though.
Yeah,
I,
me too.
I enjoyed it. Like,
So far, I've enjoyed all the
All-
Disney shows,
all the
like
ones.
the Marvel.
and I like how
Shows.
they connect to the movies.
Yeah,
So that it's never, left to guesswork. Like, they're always tying in a little something, to something else that happened earlier. Like, I really like that.
and speaking of, let's move on to the last
Spider.
Spider.
Okay, here there might be some spoilers.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be spoilers.
Okay, let's spoil it.
Let's do.
Let's
spoilers.
just thank you for listening up to this point.
Yeah, if you
Uh,
haven't seen the latest Spider-Man movie, No Way Home,
Yeah,
this is the major spoiler warning.
yeah.
We're gonna be friendly with the spoilers, I guess, but we are gonna be talking.
I
about
don't know if that's possible. I'm
Yeah.
just
We're
if
gonna
you've
do
been on the
spoilers.
internet a lot, you probably spoiled it for yourself.
Exactly. I got it spoiled the second day.
Yeah, I
day after
avoided the
premiere.
interwebs already at that point, so
Yeah.
I didn't care.
No, it made me furious.
Mhm.
But still, the movie was really good. It held up by far.
Oh yeah, it was wow.
I still need to see it a second time because
Same.
it's so much to take in. But
Yeah.
just from the first viewing and what I saw, fantastic end to
Dude, I call it the biggest fan jerk
trilogy.
of the year.
Oh my
It
God.
was such a
Of
Disney just took
everything.
everyone's genitals and just gave them a good rub. That's all I'm saying. It was.
of the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's fucking crazy.
No. It was the biggest fan jerk I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
I appreciated all of it.
Yeah.
It was just such a that they managed to do it
Yeah.
without killing it, because I don't know, there were a lot of reasons for this to suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the trailer wasn't that great.
No.
I don't know. The trailer for me felt like, what is this train wreck of a movie going to
Yeah,
be like?
yeah.
There's just too much.
Yeah. I don't even know if I saw the last trailer
I didn't. I just saw, I don't know which one I saw.
because I didn't want to
stopped.
see.
Yeah, I stopped.
But,
I think I saw the big first, when they released a full trailer.
Yeah.
That's the one I've
same,
seen.
Same.
And I was like, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I'm
Exactly.
excited because they've done well so
Mhm.
far, and I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe this is the movie, all the others, that sucks.
You have to remember, it's still Sony. It's not.
It's
Marvel.
the Venom people.
Yes.
It's the Venom people. And
That
I've been
says a
so
lot.
afraid, and this movie just gave me enough to know that's not like they're not gonna mix it in that way.
No, like they can still make a good.
They can
movie.
make exactly. So
But yeah, no. So all right, the biggest spoiler: we get everybody back.
everybody.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was actually surprisingly well, and I'm so happy that everyone was lying up to this point.
Yeah.
Like I
Like,
expected them all to be there.
Andrew
Like,
Garfield killed.
dude.
Like, how good of an actor is he that he could do this for like
so
how many years? Like, or at least 1 year since the leak.
yeah,
more or
dude.
less.
And
Or
he's
maybe-
just been denying.
He's like, no, that's Photoshop. Like,
Yeah.
and just so committed to.
Dude, there are so many articles about him not being in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and like, no, you guys just gotta stop. Like, I'm not in this movie. I don't want to reply to this anymore, and blah blah. Like, really, like,
But
I
that's
wish I was in it, and blah blah blah. I
even the
didn't
corridor crew
yeah, dude, yeah.
did this, and they were like, no, it's real. Like, it is real.
Hmm.
Like, you can't fake this. Like, that's what it looks like. So they even confirmed it.
No,
And he
yeah.
still,
No.
but-
He was like hardcore all the way to the actual movie
Yeah.
release, and they're
but-
like, psych. He's,
So I guess like the one thing that made it not as good as the previous Spider-Man movie, standalone Spider-Man movie, was that it's so much to take in. So with something like this, I would have rather seen them do like a Infinity War Endgame type thing where they split it into 2 movies,
okay.
so they can really flesh everything out and build it up more.
yeah. My problem is that one of them is going to be good and one of them is going to suck.
Yes, but it's like you have when
I
you
do
get
get
both
what
of
you
them, you can
Yeah.
see them as one.
Yeah.
But it was just so much to fit into one movie that it just felt a little bit jumbled at some points.
Yeah, I think I need to see it again
It is
to
2
get
movies.
that feeling.
It is 2 movies.
I don't
in one.
remember how long, like 2.5, I think, is the movie
Yeah,
length.
yeah.
And this one,
Yeah,
it's the longest of the Spider-Man.
because you do
right?
have the Doctor Strange part, and then you have the Spider-Man part.
Spider-Man part.
Yeah.
Men,
So-
men. No, just kidding.
But so I think when the Spider-Man parts kicks in, you just forget
Everything
about the
else.
Doctor
Yeah,
Strange part
yeah,
totally,
yeah.
and it's just gone.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and well, like, oh yeah, he was in there too. Yeah, but that part was also really good, and
No.
it's just like, yeah,
Actually, what I liked about this is how sad Tom Holland was.
yeah,
Fuck, he was so sad.
so sad.
I just felt bad. I was like, I paid to see this.
Yeah.
I was like, now I feel bad.
What did you think about the big heartfelt, the crushing scene? I guess like
Crushing scene.
the very very sad part. If we're not spoiling way too much.
Oh,
here.
okay,
Like,
yeah.
did that?
No,
No.
it's him afterwards
Yeah.
that I think I connected to. That part I didn't.
Same.
I did. No. I always try to sort of like when sad shit happens, I try to let go of the like. I try to sort of like, how do you say, like sort of give into it. Like I always try to do that. Like I
cry
try
like a baby.
Yes, that is no. But my
But
intent
yeah.
is like, okay, this is what they're trying to do. I'm not going to be like, oh, I know what you're doing. You're not going to get me. I never do that.
No.
I've gone the opposite. I'll just try to like
into it.
yeah, I'll just like unlock the floodgates for
Mm-hmm.
you, you know, just to like if it's gonna get me, it's gonna get me there.
Yeah.
And because I feel that it enriches the experience. And
No, I did get like teary eyed
Yeah.
and probably
No, but I
shed
thought
a few tears.
I think
but
the roof scene of him alone there
Yeah.
was way heavier
Yeah.
than the actual sad part.
exactly
Because he looked so destroyed there.
yeah, exactly. And then I think what really got me was like the 3 of them and the way they
Yeah.
comforted him after what had happened. Like because they've all gone through something similar and they're just
Yeah,
like
but
understood.
Same scene.
And
Yeah.
they're all such great actors as
Oh,
well.
dude, yes.
And they all killed it. Like
yeah,
they
no,
just
that was really good.
they
Yeah,
brought
they were all good. Like
even
nostalgia with
fantastic
acting.
actors.
Yeah, exactly. And also I think that like both those earlier movies, none of them ended well. You know,
No,
like none
no.
of them ended on a good note.
And they got like retribution.
It was such a redemption, actually.
Redemption,
yeah, it's
yeah.
such a redemption arc for all of them, and like a
Yeah.
nice conclusion to those storylines.
And the "I love you," that was improvised.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, that is so.
that
Good.
was-
I love you guys.
Yeah, that was Andrew Garfield just being like, "I love
So
you
excited.
guys!" Like, this is so cool.
Just like camera
and they
still
just
rolling.
kept it in.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
So
it was
great.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like the movie, like I said, it was like the biggest fan jerk in the most positive way. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about like fan service like anime does, where they show you a
No.
little bit of boob and like butt action. No. This was just like a real, like, honest fan jerk. You know, like it was just everything that everyone didn't know they needed. You know.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they did it in such a good way as well. I really like when they sort of like opened portals and got the Spider-Mans in, you know, and all that. Like, it's all just flukes and mistakes here, and the like, oh, could he get the spider web in the corner? Like, just like such a nice thing
Yeah.
to add to that. And
Yeah.
it was fun. Like, I don't think I enjoyed the sort of like the Goonies thing where they were all in that cave or
No.
like in the cellar.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy those parts that much. That felt a little bit. But
Yeah.
like all in all, though, like the experience, the acting, like it was all very good.
Yeah.
So
And just amazing again how they managed to get all those people back
yeah,
and have it work.
yeah.
The only thing that bugged me, and I told you that when I was at your house, was the lizard. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah, but he
felt
was
redundant.
redundant
He-
as fuck,
Why
yeah.
was he there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Also, I don't know. Like, it was like, I think the part at Lucky's apartment, not a fan. Like that whole, I think that's somewhere where I was like, story wise, I don't know.
exactly. So again,
It has parts like, where, but I think they all do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they
Yeah.
all have these things.
But I think Far From Home was the better Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
If you just look at them as movies, whereas this, like,
Hmm.
it's amazing how they got it to work. But it's story-wise and all of that, like it's an enjoyable movie for sure.
is unenjoyable.
It's great. You should definitely see it at the cinema if you have the
thing is, I
opportunity.
could see it a couple more times.
Yes.
I don't think I would.
and I definitely need
Yeah.
to see it, and it's probably gonna get better.
I think that like I said before, like it's such an enjoyable movie all in all that I think that it has like a rewatchable, like it has value to
And
it,
because
rewatch.
there's so much happening, seeing it multiple times will help understand more.
Yeah, I think I like at the cinema when you're excited and you're like, whoa, like when the woes are gone a bit,
Yeah.
it's easier. Like the movie slows down. Like when we saw Tenet the
Yeah,
first
exactly.
time, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you
Everything
kind of get it, but then
yeah.
when you watch it the second time, it's so much slower.
Exactly.
Like it feels like a slow movie the second time.
Yeah.
Because you're overwhelmed by the music and the dun, dun.
Exactly. And just what you're watching.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that guy. Oh, wait, he gave what? And then like, you know, like you're not following.
Yeah.
And then the second time, it's like
oh,
you're
oh,
play by play.
oh.
You're just
You're
like
you're getting
this, that.
Yeah.
The Matrix is just
exactly.
revealing
yeah,
itself.
exactly. But it's
Like,
so
it's all-
cool.
yeah.
Like that's why I love going back and rewatching movies because I don't think there's a single time, unless it's a really bad movie,
Yeah, when it
where
sucks.
I've regretted it. But I always get more from watching it again
Yeah.
because the first time I'm always overwhelmed with everything that they're trying to push into your head.
Yeah.
Whether it's story or emotions or just really good acting, special effects. Like there's so much going on. And then you go in the next time, you know the story. You remember the cool effects.
Yeah.
And then you can let all of that go and just focus on the stuff that you missed in between all of that. And just enjoy that stuff. And then the third time, because why not? And you put all that together and you understand everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is such an amazing like art piece.
Yeah.
Like when you really break it down, it's all art. Like we said, episode 2.
I don't even remember. episode
Everything is
two.
art.
Everything's art.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like the beginning and the end of that
Yeah.
episode.
What is art? Derailed. But it's so crazy how much effort and work goes into making just the simplest little movie. How
And,
much
yeah.
money, how much people and work power you really
Yep.
need to do just the simplest fucking
And
thing.
the cool thing about this one, I think something that I didn't think about until like us sitting here talking about it, is what made their plan fail. Like
Oh,
his like what's his name? Nate?
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
That he can't close the portals that he creates.
Exactly.
No one thought about this. They
Yeah.
just like, oh, you make a portal and then you close it and then we're off. And then like once they're like the plan is in action and then like, I don't know how to close gates. I've only opened them so far.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is such a, like, it's such a, because I feel like a lot of movies nowadays, they do this, like, we need a reason for this to happen and we don't have one. So we make this
Like shoehorn in something. Like, here you go.
And it's a lot.
Kill
like,
the dog.
No, but that's what it feels like. Like, and they do it a lot in kids' movies where, you know, it just flies over their head. But as a grown-up watching these movies, you're like, you could have just not done that. It's like the flip in Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah.
Like, just that one scene
Like
ruins everything.
Did you really need it?
Yeah. Did you really need that flip?
Yeah.
Exactly. And did you need that beginning part where you see him jumping on the trampoline?
Bouncing.
Yeah.
He's not jumping.
You could have just jumped to somersault.
Exactly.
Like, that's all you need.
Yes.
And a lot of movies have that problem, and I'm seeing it more and more, and it bothers me throughout the whole thing after that. Unless the movie's really good after. you know? But seldom is. And I feel like in or like this movie, like they really nailed it with the portal thing. I totally didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because he just opened portals, and it's perfect. And it's just such a simple thing.
And it is also like you're so impressed that he managed to do it. And it's like, holy shit, like he's so gifted.
He can't.
But you don't yourself think about
you don't
it
think
in
about
the beginning.
I
at
didn't
least.
think that
You're
was
like-
going to ruin the whole fucking idea that they had.
It's
The
like,
plan
God damn it, I can't
was,
close
the plan was good, you know. But then like, oh shit, I don't know how to close them. I know how to open them.
But yeah, no,
it
it's a
was
great
fun.
great movie. Had a lot of fun, and can't wait to see it again. To be honest, like not talking about it now, I'm getting more hyped. So that's something that I do regret that I didn't do during my time off. Just went by myself
Dude,
to see
I was
it.
gonna go see it so many different occasions, and I just didn't. And I thought, like on that Monday, maybe maybe I should go and see it early, and then go into the city and get some new pens, and then
Do a full day.
Yeah, I didn't do shit.
Of course not. Why would you? Yeah. No, but like, I guess all in all, I'm super happy to have had these 2 weeks,
Oh, dude, same here.
and like all in relax mode. I do feel a lot more energized. I saved up some new sort of battery life for this new chapter of new studio, new colleagues, everything that's going to happen now. It's like so happy I got to start the year off relaxed, sort of.
Same. I'm so happy I've done nothing.
Yeah.
Like even not going to the cinema to watch Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Even that I feel was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
I think that's like we've reached that age now where we like really can listen to our bodies and like.
I think
This
last
is-
year says we have not learned
No, but that
anything.
we knew that was going to happen as soon as we started.
Yeah, but it got worse. it got way worse.
And
it
we
always
both-
gets worse.
Both knew that we could stop anytime.
Yeah,
didn't have to keep going.
But you have to keep going.
Yeah, have to keep going. Yeah.
So there was no chance.
Yeah.
Also, fuck, something you said there, like shoehorning stuff in.
Oh yeah.
They shoehorn in the wokeness. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That was like, now it just got to me. Like, that's what they're doing. Just do the movie you plan to do. Don't do any of the other stuff. God damn it.
Yeah.
Disney, you're the guiltiest of us all.
Exactly. Go back to the 90s. You know, the good old days.
When you were a racist. No.
Yeah,
No.
but nobody cared.
Oh.
Or if they did, they didn't say anything.
Just, no.
You know, yeah.
Wow. Digging that.
At least we're not talking Nazis.
Dig book heroes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go throw some darts so we can get the fuck out of here.
So how
and,
long is it? Is it 3:20?
It's 2:40.
So we only have 40 minutes? No, just kidding.
Yeah, almost 3 hours.
Yep.
It's been a while
It's been a while
since
since I've gone and shut this off, just like we always do.
It's been a while. Yeah.
But I
Fantastic.
can still remember just the way. I don't remember the lyrics.
Just the way you taste.
Taste? Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's pretty gross.
Weird.
I think he's singing about a hamburger. He's on a diet and he's
And I can still
he's-
remember
yeah.
just the way. Just
Yeah,
I need more caffeine to get home.
I need to just get home, I think.
That is the plan.
Also toilet. Too much
Nice.
info, never
for
too
sharing.
much. And thank you for listening.
You are awesome.
everybody.
And yeah. Discord, thank you. Listen, join.
Happy New Year and
year
a good,
good
continuation. Straight circle. Yes,
Straight
fantastic.
circle.
But yeah, be sure to let us know if you want us to talk about something specific on the Discord, please.
And
Or-
also, if you're still listening this far, next week we will talk about our biggest mistakes as artists.
which
like-
will be a mistake.
Well,
Yeah.
the whole episode. Is
Yeah. I mean, I can already feel it. Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And bye.